MFC on Channel 157.
Six-time Stanley Cup champion and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier stopped by SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin to discuss what Game 7 means to him and what it's like to also lose a Game 7.
Well, when you think about the two greatest words in sports, you think about Game 7 for many reasons. Obviously, to get to a Game 7, both teams obviously very evenly matched from the literal sense, the Game 7. You don't have to be a sport fan to understand that something's big at stake and that you will go watch it even if you don't know the teams, you don't know the players, you know the backdrop, because it's the greatest form of reality TV in the world, because there is going to be a winner and a loser. A lot at stake, obviously. But for me personally, it's a lifetime journey to acquire the skill set that's required to be able to perform when the stakes are the highest, under the most scrutinized pressure, when you're expected to perform. And you think about a Game 7 moment or Game 7, that's when you have to perform. It's a winner or go home situation. And what are the skill sets that are required to do that? Obviously, we've practiced our game and honed our skill set for years and years and years, tens of thousands of hours of honing our skills. But emotionally, mentally, what prepares you to play in those moments and perform when you're expected to? That, I think, is what really defines a Game 7 moment for the players that have excelled in Game 7 moments. And what are those life lessons that we can teach our young boys and girls, and the skill sets required to do that? The breathing, it's being able to slow your heart down, and your blood pressure goes up, and your decision-making is rash, and concentration varies because of all of it. What allows you to kind of really slow down and use your God-given talent, and then obviously the repetitions through your whole life that you know you can do it. You just got to be able to do it when it matters most. It's like hitting a home run, and like Aaron Boone did, or doing something special at the right moments. And I think the educational part of the docuseries is really fascinating to me there, to help our young boys and girls who will be faced with big decisions in their life. And you don't have to be a sport fan to have a Game 7 moment in life. Everybody's faced with decisions that are going to alter the trajectory of their lives in one way or another there. And we're trying to figure out what those skill sets are.
What does it feel like to lose a Game 7?
Fortunately for me, I never experienced what the Oilers did last year, going all the way to the end in a championship game and losing in a Game 7. Anytime you get to a Game 7, it's a hard journey to get there. Two teams, evenly matched. It's been a war. It's been a tug of war. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's tired. And then to lose that is devastating. I think about my own experience in Game 7, winning 7 of them. The 2 still hurt to this day. What could I have done different? You always say that you got to lose in order to understand how to win. I do agree with that. I think there are lessons in loss and in failure, both as a team and as an individual. If I had my preference, I would have liked to have learned those lessons while I was winning. But unfortunately, that's just not the way it is. But I look back at it now and just think about how grateful I am for all the lessons in wins and the losses, because it really ends up defining who you are as a person and as a player.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Saturday, January the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. 12:30 p.m., New Jersey Devils take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Devils on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 936, Flyers on Internet 940. 3 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Boston Bruins. Senators on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 939, Bruins on Internet 921. 4 p.m., Colorado Avalanche take on the Dallas Stars. Avalanche on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 926, Stars on Internet 928. 6 p.m., Florida Panthers face the Anaheim Ducks. Panthers on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 931, Ducks on Internet 920. 7 p.m., Winnipeg Jets face the Calgary Flames. Jets on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 951, Flames on Internet 923. 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Rangers on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 938. Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Tampa Bay Lightning face the Detroit Red Wings. Lightning on Sirius 161, XM 220, and Internet 945. Red Wings on Internet 929. 7 p.m., Washington Capitals face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Capitals on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 950. Penguins on Internet 941. 7 p.m., Montreal Canadiens face the Toronto Maple Leafs. Canadiens on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 934. Leafs on Internet 946. 7:30 p.m., New York Islanders take on the San Jose Sharks. Islanders on XM 223, Internet 937. Sharks on Internet 942. 8 p.m., Nashville Predators face the Minnesota Wild. Preds on XM 202, Internet 935. Wild on Internet 933. 8 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Blackhawks on XM 201, Internet 925. Knights on Internet 949. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club takes on the St. Louis Blues. Utah on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 947. Blues on Internet 944. 10 p.m., Vancouver Canucks take on the Edmonton Oilers. Canucks on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 948. Oilers on Internet 930.
Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on Sirius XM 87.
Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers and New York Rangers, Mark Messier joined Scott Laughlin on the morning skate for SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on Channel 91 to discuss the pressures of Game 7 after having played in 9 Game 7s himself, winning 7 of them, and how you can either thrive under pressure or crumble underneath it.
I must look at Game 7s, Mark, like I do overtime in the Stanley Cup playoffs or overtime in any sporting event where you've got so much pressure on you and every play gets magnified. Could you, during the course of your career, and you don't have to name names, but could you look around the dressing room or could you look on the opposing bench and could you figure out those that wanted to be the hero and those that just wanted to avoid making the mistake? I mean, was that plain for you to see that there were those that wanted the puck on their stick with the game on the line that could thrive under pressure, and then you had the opposite as well?
I felt myself in those moments there defaulting to the more defensive side of the game. And then I played with my right winger, who I won 6 Stanley Cups with, Glenn Anderson. He was the kind of guy that was trying to, really drive hard offensively and take the game and try to score the winning goal. And we're on the same line. Maybe that the difference of us in our mentalities worked perfectly. But everybody's wired different. Everybody's got fear, failure. The best have that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to internalize those feelings, but you can't let them paralyze you. And it's for me, going into a Game 7, I allowed myself to visualize what if we didn't win, leading up to the game, and then slowly as you get closer to the game, you allow yourself to kind of push the negative feelings aside and you start to fill yourself up with all the great things that are going to happen and what you need to do to execute the game plan, and of course ultimately to seeing yourself holding the trophy. And as a game starts, all the negative and the positive go away, and then you drill yourself down into just executing the game plan, and you don't think about the what ifs and what should have been or what could have been. You just really kind of play in the moment. And I think trust becomes a massive word when you think about it. Can I trust each one of the players that are going out there to not only to do their part from a strategic standpoint, be in the right position, be in the right places at the right time, but not get undisciplined and take poor penalties at the wrong time because their ego is bruised and someone took advantage of them, then being able to hold all that in check. So there's just so many dynamics to think about for a team in order to overcome all the obstacles to win a championship. And it's fascinating to me. It's one of the reasons I was able to play 26 years, because once you do it, you understand how fun it is, but also how complicated and intricate it is to kind of get not only the team from a physical standpoint to come together, but how a team comes together emotionally, mentally, and the spirituality around a team and the respect that lives inside that locker room is incredible.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Saturday, January the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. 12:30 p.m., New Jersey Devils take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Devils on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 936. Flyers on Internet 940. 3 p.m. Ottawa Senators face the Boston Bruins. Senators on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 939. Bruins on Internet 921. 4 p.m. Colorado Avalanche take on the Dallas Stars. Avalanche on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 926. Stars on Internet 928. 6 p.m. Florida Panthers face the Anaheim Ducks. Panthers on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 931. Ducks on Internet 920. 7 p.m. Winnipeg Jets face the Calgary Flames. Jets on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 951. Flames on Internet 923. 7 p.m. New York Rangers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Rangers on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 938. Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m. Tampa Bay Lightning face the Detroit Red Wings. Lightning on Sirius 161, XM 220, and Internet 945. Red Wings on Internet 929. 7 p.m. Washington Capitals face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Capitals on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 950. Penguins on Internet 941. 7 p.m. Montreal Canadiens face the Toronto Maple Leafs. Canadiens on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 934. Leafs on Internet 946. 7:30 p.m. New York Islanders take on the San Jose Sharks. Islanders on XM 223, Internet 937. Sharks on Internet 942. 8 p.m. Nashville Predators face the Minnesota Wild. Preds on XM 202, Internet 935. Wild on Internet 933. 8 p.m. Chicago Blackhawks take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Blackhawks on XM 201, Internet 925. Knights on Internet 949. 9 p.m. Utah Hockey Club takes on the St. Louis Blues. Utah on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 947. Blues on Internet 944. 10 p.m. Vancouver Canucks take on the Edmonton Oilers. Canucks on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 948. Oilers on Internet 930.
Mad Dog.
Here's Palat, looks for a man off the bench. It's Meyer, moves in, he scores! It's a Hattie, and it's Timo time at the Rock. Streaking across the line with a shot, he scores! Oh my, what an individual effort by Luke Hughes. Burst of speed through the middle, crossed the line, and snaps one home. Michael across the line, toe drag move, shot save made by Allen.
Oh boy, Jake Allen is feeling good right now, folks.
Jack cuts to his left with a shot, he scored! Jack Hughes with the ripper, and it's 2-1. It's Nico Hischier on a breakaway. He moves in, backhand, and he scores!
Oh boy.
Devils Hockey is brought to you by Prudential. Protect your life's work with help from Prudential, the official financial services partner of the Devils. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the New Jersey Devils. And RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Everyone loves a matinee, and that's what we have in store for you today from Prudential Center. As the Devils entertain the Philadelphia Flyers, it's the first meeting of the season between these longtime Metropolitan Division foes. Philadelphia on the ascendancy. The Devils have been running through some choppy water as they get ready to take on Philadelphia today. And a very good Saturday afternoon to each and every one of you. Thanks very much for joining us for the Devils pregame show. As you listen all along, the Devils Hockey Network presented by Ramapo College. So pleased that you've decided to join us and be our company throughout the afternoon. Matt Lachlan along with Chico Resch as the Devils come off the loss to Toronto in overtime. It's been a bit of a theme lately, 4 straight games in overtime or in shootouts for the New Jersey Devils over the last 6. They've all been 1-goal games. The Devils have scored just 14 goals in that span. And so Sheldon Keefe this morning was asked, what do all these close games mean?
To me, it's all comes back to just our overall game, shift to shift, play to play, being connected, our execution, our pace, our work ethic. all that sort of stuff to me has not fallen into place for a solid 60 minutes here yet since coming back from Christmas. So we're still sort of chasing that. We showed signs of it in some of the games here of late, but to haven't been really able to put it together, and certainly would be nice to do so here this afternoon.
As it would, the Devils looking for their 27th win of the season. He also said this morning in his meeting with the media that the Devils haven't been scoring goals lately. And, Chico, I find it hard to fathom that everything disappeared over a 3-game break at Christmas. I think it's more coincidence than anything else. But the fact of the matter is the goal scoring has dried up. And the Devils probably are going to be looking for a little help in that area as we make our way toward the March 7th trade deadline.
Well, Matt, we don't know what's going to happen in terms of trades, but most teams, Matty, you know yourself, if they feel they got a shot at something, and the Devils will, they're going to try to improve wherever that is. It's going to be in the forward position more than because the defense has been terrific. But you were saying, so Devils have been really good defensively, and yeah, that's good. But now we got to score more. Well, they start scoring more, and they give up more goals. Oh, we got to improve the D. No, they do have to score more. And here's the two ways, Matty. Let's be honest. Everybody knows it. Power play helps tremendously, and they got 2 the last game, and it did. It got them a point. And then, secondly, I'm not putting pressure on any of the third and fourth line guys because they're all trying. They try so hard. But the truth is, everybody sees if your third and fourth line are not kicking in for goals consistently, they're going to be looking to improve that. So that's kind of the focus of today. Can that third and fourth line chip in?
Well, there's been a change there. Dawson Mercer will move to center on the third line. Justin Dowling is a scratch. Brian Hallinan will come in and make his season debut, the leading goal scorer for Utica, who was with the team in Toronto, but he'll be on the ice today playing the right wing on that line. And, yeah, that's also against the backdrop of a story that was in The Athletic yesterday, authored by Pierre Lebrun. He spoke with Tom Fitzgerald when the team was in Toronto and asked about trades. This is what Tom Fitzgerald had to say about what he's looking for, and he was talking about centers. Somebody that can come in and maybe give us that extra oomph and maybe properly slot people to make us a strong 4-line team come playoff time and build depth because of injuries and build competition too. And he went on to say that the wingers are in his sights as well. So he knows, everybody sees it. It's no secret. They've got to get more from that bottom 6.
Well, great point, Matty. And he didn't say anything that you wouldn't think a GM who's trying to improve the team. Again, a GM that is looking for the regular season to grow the team in the character and the style and all that. But the playoffs is what's happened, is what makes it happen, and what's what we're all looking for. And let's be honest, I see some guys saying JT Miller or Elias Pettersson. No, because here's the thing you got to think about, folks. If you get a top-end centerman, let's just say if that's what they're thinking, is he going to want to say, well, look, we'll trade for you, but you're not going to play in the power play? Like, our power play has the guys that they need. They need to score. What I'm looking for, and I said it the other game, a guy like Nick Paul, a really good third-line centerman. If that's what they're looking for, who could also chip in, Manny? You and I talk about it. If you're fourth line or third line, 10 or 15 is great goals. You don't have to score 30, but you got to get up into that level. And the guys on the third and fourth lines, they know that. They feel that heat, Matty. So, as fans, don't listen too much of what those bloggers and those people are writing because, Tommy Fitzgerald talks to Matty and I, and that's basically what he said. He said the same thing. Yeah, no, we're looking to improve the third or fourth line. But the guy can't be, he's not going to probably play in the power play. So, and plus you don't go after those guys anyway, Matty. But that's down the road. We'll see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting come trade deadline. It's only, a couple months away?
Yeah, less than that, March 7th. And, of course, you've got the 4 nations in between. So there's only a relative handful of games between now and then. And Fitzy also said, and this has been his philosophy, he tends to like to bring guys in earlier rather than at the trade deadline. He feels that you get more acclimated to your team. He said he's been traded at the deadline, and it's just unnerving to join a club at the very end, and now you're getting to know a new system, new mates, et cetera, et cetera. We'll see what happens. There's no doubt, though, in my mind, and I know in yours, that something will occur. And by the way, the guys in that room know it, too. They may not articulate it, but they understand this is a business.
And when you're listening to these trades, just think of the other general manager. Like, I saw what might be a scenario for just today, JT Miller. And I looked at that with some writer that I thought, if I'm the GM for Vancouver, well, you know what? I want to get fired, Matty. I'll give you our guy, and you just give us like a little bit of something. No. And I don't think Tom Fitzgerald wants to give up a key piece of the guys that are going well. And, the big thing is today, folks, and, Matty mentioned it about Mercer playing in the middle. Dawson Mercer got called out, 3 weeks ago. He's got some goals. He started to play well. Now he's getting moved to the middle. That's also inside. He's thinking, what does this mean? What are they looking for? So I'm curious how he's going to do. But I don't think you want to give up key parts of this team to get something an unknown. And that's what it's going to take to get a high-end centerman. So let's just put it in perspective. There's some really good, solid third, fourth-line centermen who can also in goals. And I hate to say that because I love the guys on our team. But if they don't produce, Matty, they know they're not going to be here. Yeah, how it goes.
It is a what have you done for me lately business. And by the way, this takes a little bit of a backdrop to our pregame because there's so much focus on Fitzy's comments and Sheldon saying this morning that we haven't been scoring goals. But there are a couple of storylines that we'll see unfold here today. Stefan Nason comes back. Nice. That's good for the Devils after a 2-game absence out with some sort of a virus. And Jake Allen will get the start in goal. It's been a while since he's been in net. Got to go back to New Year's Day in Los Angeles, and he hasn't won in a while, too, so a little pressure on Jake's shoulders.
Yeah, we got shut out in L.A., so let's be honest, he couldn't have won that game. But the point is, what I'm hoping is, Matty, he's played pretty well, and there's no question there's pressure. But what he can't think about, he's thinking, I just hope our team can give me some goal support. Maybe 3 or 4 this afternoon would be nice, but he can't think about that. He's got to think of just keeping the puck out of the net. But that's what I'm hoping for, because Jake's played pretty well. But if you don't get the goals at the right time, or enough of them, you're not going to win.
Flyers outside looking in at a playoff spot, knocking on a wild card spot, but they've gone 3-0-1 in their last 4. Playing some scrappy hockey under John Tortorella, and it will not be an easy game this afternoon. Devils 3-game plans are on sale now. Plans start at just $50 per seat per game. For a limited time, choose your games and receive a Devils Instagram hockey t-shirt per seat purchased. For more information, visit NewJerseyDevils.com/partial plan. Samuel Ersan will get the starting goal for Philadelphia. It's the Devils and Flyers this afternoon. Who doesn't love a matinee on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just add your own personal touch for a winning recipe. When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
IBEW Local 102 has provided highly skilled electricians to projects in New Jersey and Pennsylvania since 1900. Building relationships with their business partners to help grow your business is their top priority. They are the first union member of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and a proud partner of Choose New Jersey. They have over 300 licensed contractors and mandatory OSHA safety training. Local 102, lighting the path, leading the way. Visit IBEW102.org. In hockey, it's all about protecting the net. And at Prudential, we're all about helping you protect your life's work. As the official financial services partner of the New Jersey Devils, Prudential helps fans and their families navigate their options with confidence. Plan, invest, insure, and retire with rock-solid expertise designed to help you reach your goals. All from Prudential. Start making your financial game plan at Prudential.com.
This is Andre Palat. You are listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Andre Palat coming up on 800 games played in the National Hockey League. He's just 4 away after today, or 5 away after today. Thomas Tatar, 5 away from 900 after today. But today is the 500th game of his career for Nico Hischier. As we check the starting line, presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, largest academic healthcare system and official healthcare provider of the New Jersey Devils. Who will start? Jake Allen in goal. Defensively, it'll be Brendan Dillon and Dougie Hamilton side by side. And Jack Hughes will center Jesper Bratt and Andre Palat. Curtis McDermott, Justin Dowling are healthy scratches. Colton White's rejoined the team. He too is a healthy scratch today against the Philadelphia Flyers. For the visitors, it'll be Samuel Ersson in goal. He's won his last 3. He's 12-7-2 overall. Defensively, Travis Sanheim is paired with Cam York. And up front, it'll be Noah Cates centering Tyson Forster and Bobby Brink. For the first but not the last time today, we will mention that Noah Cates went to the University of Minnesota at Duluth, Chico's alma mater. Ryan Poehling is out with an upper body injury. Eric Johnson is also scratched today. He's a healthy scratch. Alexei Kolosov, he's one of 3 goalies carried by Philadelphia. He is scratched today. That sets the stage for today's game. We'll be back with the opening face-off after this on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
An orthopedic surgeon can replace a damaged joint, but they can't replace time. For you, or for the person who has to drive you around. That's why you need a surgeon who's close to home. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we have the specialized care you need to get moving again. Do it right. Here. Visit rwjbh.org/ortho. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Matt Laughlin here. As the official voice of the New Jersey Devils, I'm here to make sense of the game. And Citizens, the official bank of the New Jersey Devils, is here to help you make sense of your money. You can count on me to call every play made by your favorite team. And you can count on Citizens for every aspect of your financial game. From saving, to checking, to achieving your goals. Citizens, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/you got this. Member FDIC.
4 nations face off for the world to see. This February, International Best on Best Hockey is back as NHL stars compete for their country to see which hockey nation will reign.
Star power in abundance.
Canada, Finland, Sweden, USA. Teammates turned rivals, and rivals turned teammates. For country, for glory, 4 nations.
We are set for puck drop.
The 4 Nations Face-Off begins February 12th on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
This is Curtis McDermott. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Welcome back, everyone. Fans rising to their feet here at Prudential Center as we get ready for the singing of our national anthem. This is Next Generation Weekend, where the Devils recognize who the next group of PA announcers coming along, national anthem singers. Thankfully, they haven't gotten to the radio booth as of yet, Chico, but, they're nipping at our toes.
They are, and Kyle, is he next generation?
He is. He's still young enough. He falls into that category. Anyway, Adam Hanway is the PA announcer, but he's working alongside his son today, Adam Jr. I'm not sure who's introducing the anthem singer.
Remove your hats as Admiral William F. Halsey Jr., Academy Marine Corps Junior ROTC, presents today's colors. And welcome 13-year-old Cole Belichick as he sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wriggling, the bombs bursting in air, gave
celebration for Cole Bellinger singing our national anthem today. And the youth will take over at some point. He's well on his way, Chico.
Oh, was he good? Isn't that what we love about hockey? I just want to go over. Okay, the warm-ups, like in no other sport, they're right in front of you. They're timed. You see players. You can see the look on their face. Some of them wear their helmets, some of them don't. Then you get this incredible national anthem, Maddie, before every game. And then you get what we hope is a terrific hockey game. And it sure looks like it, but only Matty Loughlin and the fans here and myself will know when the game's over.
Yeah, we'll have to wait about 2 hours to find out whether or not it's a great game. We may know beforehand if it's a great game, because you get a sense. But the game is the judge as we get ready for the opening face-off. The referees are Carter Sandlack and Dan O'Rourke. James Tobias, Ryan Jackson are the linesmen, and we are underway. Hughes taking the face-off at center ice. It's controlled by the Flyers. Noah Cates from the University of Minnesota at Duluth. That's number 2, Chico. Dumps it to the corner. Puck comes free. He's got it in front, but his shot is blocked by Dougie Hamilton. To the blue line it goes. Long-range shot by Sanheim is, or rather by Cam York, is blocked away. Sanheim overskates near side. Dougie Hamilton frees himself from some pressure. Gives it off to Brendan Dillon. Nico Heischer's line comes out. Nico playing his 500th game today in the National Hockey League.
Geez, you mentioned it was his birthday just a few games ago. Now his 500th. Special time for Nico.
26 years old. Of course, the first overall pick in the 2017 draft. Here is Heischer, who's coming off a 2-goal game against Toronto. His shot is blocked. And now Travis Konechny, Philadelphia's leading scorer, has it at center ice. On to Owen Tippett, who's upended as he skates over the stick of Jonas Siegenthaler. And now far side, it's Johnny Kovacevic snapping it in. And it's covered up by Ersan. Oh, maybe a quick whistle in Ersan's mind. He tried to free it. And what he realized, they're going to let him make a change. Okay. I think he tried to free the puck to enable play to continue, and also wanted Philadelphia to be able to make a change, but he held on to it, and they still let him make a change. I'm not sure why. You dump the puck in from beyond center ice, and if the goalie holds on to it, you can't make a change. But just underway here at Prudential Center. Devils play the next 3, or a total of 3. The next 2 will be here at home. Here's Luke Hughes. His cross-ice pass intercepted by Sean Couturier. Recovered at center ice, though, by Brett Pesce. Paul Cotter snaps one in. Bangs off the glass onto the stick of Nick Seeler. Cotter intercepts a clearing pass, hands it off to Dawson Mercer, playing center today. He tries to feed it in front. It's blocked away. Now loose at the side of the net. Jam try. That's knocked aside, and then Cotter misses the target. So some early pressure there by the Devils, their first of the game. Here's Luke Hughes at his own blue line. Now it's Sanheim wheeling back out of his own end with some speed through center ice across the blue line. Sanheim squeezes his way past Dougie Hamilton, skates behind the net, can't get by Brendan Dillon, but that gives him a little cross-check, does Sanheim after that check. A couple of Midwest and Western guys from Canada. Hamilton with a shot. He scores. Douglas ending a long drought. He had not scored since putting one home against the Rangers in the early part of December.
Well, we emphasize secondary scoring. Fourth line is out there, and Dougie Hamilton, who hasn't scored in a while. Puck goes around. Lazar in front for the screen. And there's 3 Flyers also screening. That's what I'm saying about you want your defenseman to cover in front, but sometimes they can add to the screen. And Dougie Hamilton, what was that? Simple, hard wrist shot, but it wasn't low. He had to get it up over halfway of the net, put it in over the blocker, and the Devils get the early goal.
His 6th goal of the season. He is at a historically low shooting percentage. Devils hope that is the start of toward the norm, as he has given the Devils the 1-0 lead. And it's not that he's not shooting.
No.
Second among defensemen in shots on goal in the National Hockey League. So Hamilton with the tally, and the Devils lead 1-0. By the way, that's a perfect 1-for-1 for the Devils in shots on goal. One shot, one goal.
And it improves Doug's shooting percentage.
It does.
He's also 1-for-1. You look at it that way.
2:16 the time of the goal. Here's Jack Hughes. He scored against Toronto. Lays it off. Kovacevic with the blast. Deflects off of Tippett and off the wall. Tippett shaken up a little bit. Trying to stay in. Now he makes his way to the bench. Back the other way. Philadelphia with a chance. The shot by Frost is blocked. Follow up by Sanheim. Is stopped by Jake Allen. Now the Devils turn it over. Here's a chance save made by Allen on the drive by Cam York.
And forgive Jake if he gives a few rebounds, Matt. Like you said, he hasn't played. He popped one out there, but you get a whistle because, what, the net's off?
Jake was saying that his helmet, the strap had come loose.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the thing, though. The Flyers, you got to remember, they got scored on first against the Islanders. Matty, they are a resilient group. And their coach, John Tortorella, puts a lot of heat on his players. He'll bench players. He'll call them out. I mean, not in a terrible way, but he knows a lot of times players need that drive to go hard every night from the coach. Sometimes. Mostly it's from internal, but sometimes the coach. So, even though Flyers got scored on early, Matty, they are a resilient team, and they've showed it in their last 4 games, and really in a lot of the games they've come back and won. But for the Devils, they got the goal they wanted, Matt. Now, let's see where they can go with it. They scored first against Toronto, but, they couldn't put them away. But that was the last game, and Matty, all that matters is today, right?
That's it. And the Devils lead Hamilton 6 goals. Nate Bashin, Tomas Tatar picking up the assist as the fourth line contributes.
And Lazar with the screen. Mm-hmm. Also, they were all involved, yep.
Jake gets a new mask. Play resumes. Devils can't clear off the draw. Here's a shot that's tipped off the outside of the net. Pesci near side. Trying to control it. It's taken by Joel Farabee. Banks one to the blue line. Jamie Drysdale shot sticked aside by Jake Allen. And now Pesci has some room. Up for Nico Hischier. Rolls it to Timo Meier. Big collision as Hischier. And who is that? Lipsell? No, it's Farabee. They were in a collision at the blue line. They continued to be engaged. Now they free each other. Here's Luke Hughes. Wrist shot. That's off a stick off the glass, and it bounds out to center ice.
Well, Farabee's going to be fighting. He got benched for 3 games. He's back in the lineup. But I expect some physical. And that's what they said about him. He's got some skill, but he's got to be more physical. And Nico Hischier's really picked up that part of his game.
And they're barking at each other on the bench. I like it old school style, Metro Division style.
Good.
They're at the end of their respective benches. Farabee leaning over. Nico was too. As they exchange what have you. Shot by Philadelphia goes out of play off a deflection.
Well, what about keys? Are we not?
We are, my friend. They're always worth waiting for. They're presented by Ticketmaster. What do you got?
Oh, just one of the things I've said is the Flyers have been very responsive. They know how to respond to adversity. Devils playing good defense, but Matty, they've got to grab control of a game and then keep it. They had the control against Toronto, couldn't keep it.
Wrist shot off the face-off win by the Flyers from Zamula, never got through. Well, to your point, the Flyers with the last 4 shots on goal after the Devils scored. Here's Ristolainen. Zamula takes the pass, gets one to Lixell. His shot blocked by Dillon. Lixell.
I had to get Matty to say that more than once. Udi's in there for his 5th game overall. He's got a great name.
Replacing Ryan Paling in the lineup as Ristolainen goes back into his own zone. Flips it up toward the blue line. Bastian tried to take it away from Brink, but Brink able to move to center ice and dump it in. 14:33 to go in the first period. The Devils lead 1-0. Here's Noah Cates. Tied up in the corner by Pesci. Now a loose puck deflected away by Tatar into the Flyers' end, and Jamie Drysdale will go back to pick it up.
Devils playing really well defensively again, Matt. I'm watching them. Good position, got their sticks ready, and not giving the Flyers really any good chances, even though they've got 4 shots.
Brink behind the net for Cates. He's run over by Lazar. Now Tatar tries to push it up the far wall, kept alive by Foster. His shot is off the glass, and the Devils control.
And there's no question the Flyers' best player is Konechny. He just stole the puck, too.
He took it away on a bank pass by Pesce. Devils will try to recover. Bastian has it. He goes cross ice for Luke Hughes. Yeah, Konechny's got all that you want in a player. Shot by Bratt. That goes over the outstretched glove of Ersan. He can skate, he can score, and he can muck it up. And we got a penalty coming up as Jesper Bratt was taken down.
And he can take a penalty. He doesn't like it. And he's saying to Jesper, you dove. You dove, and he's yelling at Jesper, and we'll see. I don't know. But if you did, Jesper, and you got away with it, oh, that's pretty sneaky. But that's okay, because that'll help your team as the Devils go on the power play. Konechny's still going at it with the referee, Matt. He doesn't like this call at all. We'll get back to you and tell you if he's right or wrong. Right now, 13:28 to go here in the first period. 1-0 New Jersey Devils. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast, brought to you by Ramapo College.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just your own personal touch for a winning recipe.
When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
Do-over. Remember yelling do-over as a kid? Well, you still can. Plumbers. Don't stay at that dead-end job. Start a career in plumbing with Plumbers Local 24. We're not just building New Jersey's hospitals, schools, airports, and sports arenas. We're building better lives and secure futures. Go to plumbers24.org today. Better education, better pay, better benefits, better retirements. Start your do-over today.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Dawson Mercer. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Power play time for the Devils. 13:28 to go in the first. They lead 1-0. Travis Konechny off for, in his mind, a disputed tripping penalty. Hamilton at the blue line. Fakes. He has scored the Devils' goal today. First since December 2nd. Now a centering pass for Hischier. The shot is blocked. Jack picks it up. Looks for Hischier. It's tipped away. Hamilton with it. Another wrist shot. Blocker aside by Ersan.
Nice shot by Doug.
Well, he's feeling it, right?
He is, Matty. You're right. Looks like he wants to shoot. That's what I like. I mean, the accuracy is big, too. You can want to shoot, but if you're firing it wide, maybe you don't. But with him tonight, he looks like he wants to shoot, and he's hitting the net.
Flyers able to clear. Here's Jesper Bratt, who was tripped up by Konechny. Flips it off the right wing wall. Now he ties Sealer up. Stefan Nason back in the lineup. Digs it out. Hischier left wing side. Moves away from Forster. Gives it off to Hamilton. Down to Nason for Bratt. Cross ice off the stick of Jack Hughes. Now out high. Dougie Hamilton between the circles. Comes to Bratt. Wrist shot save. Rebound poked away by Ersan.
Devils power play shots are effective. They're hitting the net.
50 to go in the man advantage. Nason down low. Looks to get it in front off the stick of Ristolainen. And comes out to the neutral zone. Now Hamilton takes Jack Hughes' pass. Battling far side to control it. Hathaway was there for Philadelphia. Now it's Jack in the corner to Bratt. Handcuffed by the pass, tries to track it down. It's knocked loose to center ice, and Dougie Hamilton will just dump it back in. 25 seconds ago, big hit at center ice. Hathaway on Hamilton, away from the puck. And now the Flyers dump it in, and Devils down to 15 to go on the power play.
Well, the Flyers scored a shorthanded goal against the Islanders that kind of turn the game around, so they want to be careful.
There's Timo Meier, backhands in deep out of the box. Is Travis Konechny, one shot for the Devils. The Devils are 0 for 1 on the man advantage today. Here's Dawson Mercer, far side. Cross-ice pass for Luke. Looks for Cotter, but passes behind him. And Scott Lawton grabs it in the neutral zone. His pass batted away at the blue line, so Morgan Frost has to pick it up in front of his own bench. Devils lead 1-0, 9 minutes gone by in the first. Dougie Hamilton with the early goal. Luke Hughes.
And you're like, the Devils' power play was good. They didn't score, but it was effective.
Here's a chance for Tippett. Hands it off now. Konechny in front. It's blocked away. Konechny gets it back. A snapper off the stick of Dawson Mercer. And the puck is lifted clear. Konechny gets it back. For Tippett, return pass. Konechny was tied up by Kovacevic.
Flyers are trying to finish checks.
And they are. Siegenthaler was hit by Couturier. Here's Tatar in the center circle. Well, that is in their DNA, let's be honest.
Yep.
The Broad Street Bullies are a distant memory in many ways, but still, that's part of their DNA. And that's who John Tortorella is, too.
Exactly, and that's also a formula for winning hockey, right? Mm-hmm. But and he emphasizes that, and Sheldon Keefe's the same way, right? He knows Devils got to be physical, and they are. But Flyers right now, you know why they are too many? They haven't lost in 4 games. They're feeling good, and when you feel good, you love to run people if the opportunity arises, cleanly, I might add.
Andre Palat, nice pass for Dillon. Looked for Jack Hughes, who wasn't expecting it. And Farabee batted it away at the Philadelphia blue line. Now Palat blocks a pass at center ice.
I was worried if Jack did start looking back for that pass, Farabee could have just nailed him. But Jack didn't see it coming, so no problem.
Devils are making a change. Jack circles back, then dumps one in deep, hoping that Nason could get there first. He did not, so icing is the call.
Well, the Devils in this homestand, and really, Matty, they may go in a little dip. We understand that, and fans, you have to as well. They got 4 games now where, win it to overtime. But what I'm looking at is the good forechecking job by the Flyers. Are the Devils breaking down? They're not. They're not panicking with the puck in their own net. They're getting good puck support. That's what you want to implement in a consistent basis. And Sheldon Keefe wants that more than even me or you.
Cates double teamed off the faceoff. Jack turns it over. Forster's backhand is stopped, and now the puck comes loose, and Nason will clear.
Okay, there's 3 kind of good chances to shoot. Did any of them reach the net?
No.
Nope.
Devils ice it. 9:12 to go in the first. 4 shots for Philadelphia, 2 for the Devils.
Well, the Flyers' strength, folks, is they've got 4 well-balanced lines. Noah Cates from UMD, who last year got injured, didn't play a lot this year. He started slow, but he's now on the top line, and that line has been terrific. Brink, Forster, and Cates, and you know what? John Tortorella doesn't mess with that line. He knows it's got the right ingredients, and he's let them play, and they have produced.
Garnet Hathaway checked behind the bench by Kovacevic. Check that that's Morgan Frost.
And then he slashed them. I just thought a little touch.
A little touch on the shin pads by Frost. Puck now in the Flyers and 8:50 to go in the opening period. This is the first of 3 meetings between these teams between now and the end of the month. A week from Monday, we'll be in Philadelphia. 2 days later, the 29th of January, Flyers back here at Prudential Center. Scheduling, it may not be a fascinating study, but it is interesting. Here's Brian Hallinan seeing his first action of the season. He's in deep, has the puck knocked off his stick. It went off the side of the post. Hallinan, the leading goal scorer for Utica with 15 upon his call-up. Garnet Hathaway has it, taken down by Hughes, and a penalty is coming up.
And it's going to be on Luke Hughes, and it's not a good penalty. Hathaway is a good hard-nosed player. You mentioned him hitting behind it. He's got 6 goals and 10 assists. That's really good for a fourth liner. But what he does, he's coming on the left side, he's a right-handed shot, and he pushes the puck through Luke's 43, Luke's feet, and then tries to step around him. But you know what he does, Matty? He goes down. He went down. I will see. I'm wrong a few times, but I don't think Luke chopped them down, but we'll see. 8:16 to go. Flyers coming on the power play. Their first of the afternoon. 1-0 New Jersey Devils. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast, and it's brought to you by Ramapo College.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
Today's game is proudly presented by Prudential, the official financial services partner of the New Jersey Devils. Whether you're making plans for tomorrow or protecting what matters most today, turn to the rock-solid expertise of Prudential for help every step of the way. From planning and investing to life insurance and retirement, let the team at Prudential help protect your life's work. Learn more at Prudential.com. Take a free shot at winning $10,000 with the Golden Goal Sweepstakes, brought to you by PlayStar, the official online casino of the New Jersey Devils. Join PlayStar today and you'll enjoy a deposit bonus of up to $500, along with up to 500 free spins. Find more ways to play like a champion with hundreds of the hottest games, including blackjack, roulette, and the best slots in New Jersey. Download the app or search PlayStar.com and be the star. Terms and conditions apply. You must be 21 or older and within the state of New Jersey to play. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Dougie Hamilton. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Flyers power play. Luke Hughes off for a trip at 11:44. Devils lead 1-0, and they start this PK well with the clear.
Dylan and Kovacevic, who are usually the first-line penalty killers on defense, are out there.
Keisher and Mercer, the forwards. Here's Owen Tippett. Puck rolls behind the net. Dylan has it, gets it back from Kovacevic, and he had to handle that pass under some pressure, did Brendan Dillon.
Bingo. And Matty, that's the key. That's the key to good players. What do you do under pressure? If there's no pressure, anybody can move the puck, find an open guy, make a good pass. It's under pressure where it counts.
And he found an open guy, and the Devils clear, but now the Flyers drive it back in. Out on the ice is their rookie, Matvei Michkov, as the clearing try by Siegenthaler goes into the net.
But that's the key for every, like, it's Dylan and Pesce or Kovacevic. Why are they good? Like, you got to understand, they can do things under pressure. They're not going to go up the ice and dangle and beat guys at the blue line and shoot the puck. No. So we appreciate it, but I'm not surprised, because that's why they are at the top of their game in their category. Mm-hmm. And the Devils are happy they have them.
Michkov has been replaced. New unit out there for John Tortorella. Bobby Brink taking the face-off. And after it is Sanheim, it comes to Pratt, finds a lane and clears.
Well, Michkov, who's going to be a real good goal scorer, he got benched for a while because he wasn't playing defense. John Tortorella is pretty adamant. You follow the rules that we, as a team, not him, are trying to incorporate, or you don't play.
Yeah, it's fairly simple. Forster behind the net. Now it's center drive save by Allen. Big blast by Sanheim. Best save of the game for Jake Allen.
Yeah, best save of the game for either goalie. But, that's a confidence builder, Matty. You know, he hasn't played for a while, and that was a 3-0 loss in L.A., but he made a big left pass save there.
6 goals on the season for Travis Sanheim, who's from the rural town of Elkhorn, Manitoba.
Yeah, great town. And he's on the Canadian team. We were talking earlier, he's obviously their best overall defenseman. And if I said the Flyers' their strength is at the forward position, I would say their weakness is a little bit behind the blue line.
Flyers across the line, Farabee with it. His pass intercepted by Jack Hughes. Out of the box is Luke, and the Devils have killed it off. Just one shot, that big bomb by Elkhorn's finest son, Travis Sanheim.
I thought Elkhorn, which player's that? Matty, Elkhorn's finest. I like it.
Crowd engaged once more as the Devils come off that kill. 1-0 they lead. 5:55 to go in the first. Dougie Hamilton at .217 with his 6th goal of the season. And that snapped what was a tie for his fourth longest drought in his career. Now Farabee with a shot that goes off the stick of Hamilton. His longest was 26 games. That was at the end of the 21-22 season. 21 games with Carolina, 20 games with Boston, and then 19 with Boston and 19 again with the Devils. The 26 is with New Jersey, of course.
Yeah, but here's what I like about what's been happening. We'll get to that in a minute.
Owens tip it, right wing side, feeds it cross ice off the stick of Hallinan.
Okay, did you ever hear that Hamilton, they were centering him out as the problem?
No. Hallinan with a shot. See me.
That's the point, right? He was part of not scoring, but they weren't like, maybe years ago, Dougie Hamilton's got to score. I'm saying, no, he doesn't. I want him to play defense, and you've mentioned it, and we've seen it. He is engaged defensively now. Score some goals on top of it. Yeah, that's a huge bonus. Huge bonus would be if the Devils could get the next goal. But the Flyers are a hard team to play against. Devils only 2 shots, but one of them a goal. And they lead 1-0 here with 5:03 to go in the first period. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast.
4 nations face off for the world to see. This February, international best-on-best hockey is back as NHL stars compete for their country to see which hockey nation will reign.
Star power in abundance.
Canada, Finland, Sweden, USA. Teammates turned rivals, and rivals turned teammates. For country, for glory, 4 nations.
We are set for puck drop.
The 4 Nations face-off begins February 12th. See ESPN and TNT.
IBEW Local 102 has provided highly skilled electricians to projects in New Jersey and Pennsylvania since 1900. Building relationships with their business partners to help grow your business is their top priority. They're the first union member of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and a proud partner of Choose New Jersey. They have over 300 licensed contractors and mandatory OSHA safety training. Local 102, lighting the path, leading the way. Visit IBEW102.org.
No one plans on heart problems, but everyone should have a plan for them. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we help patients of all lifestyles and medical histories plan for healthy hearts. With the latest technology and a highly specialized team of nurses, cardiologists, and surgeons, our network offers the most complete heart and vascular care in New Jersey. Make plans for a healthy heart with RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Visit rwjbh.org/heart.
Eric Holla. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Off the draw, Brett Pesce shot deflected wide of net. Puck in Philadelphia's end. Devils lead 1-0. Hallinan keeps the puck alive. His shot is steered wide by Samuel Ersson. Ryan Hallinan, 15 goals for Utica, and tied for the lead in points with 21. He is their leading goal scorer. This is his 3rd NHL game, first of the season. Eric Holla, who you heard just a moment ago, still out with that ankle injury. In fact, he's been put on the long-term injured reserve list.
But the good news is they're calling it a sprain, not high ankle. I like that. It's a much easier injury to bounce back from.
Hopefully he's back sooner than later, and truthfully more interested in his Devils return, but hopefully he's back in time for the 4 Nations to play for Finland. Here's Couturier, sweeps it now to Mitchkov, but the puck was a little bit behind him, and then Luke Hughes came over and further disrupted things.
Yeah, Luke read it perfectly.
Mitchkov finds a man. Farabee, his shot is deflected by a sliding Bastion as it goes off the glass and the Devils clear.
Did Eric Holla do that live? Because he's not playing.
No.
No, okay. I thought maybe
Wouldn't it be cool if we had like a little announcer's booth like that? Scratched players or injured players could just, we'd cue them.
Yeah.
Lixell with it.
Then they're going to want to start doing color, and then Chico's going to get upset. It wouldn't be good.
Cross ice pass out of the corner, intercepted by Lixell, but he was looking for Hathaway, and the Devils knocked.
And who came back? Dougie Hamilton on the corner, perfect positioning with a stick.
Errant pass by Dillon. Icing was going to be called, but Palat got there first. Good hustle by Andre Palat. So here's Jesper Bratt with 3:10 to go in the period. He loses control. Jack Hughes will pick it up at center ice. Jack leading the... Oh, he almost turned it over, but got it back from Lixell. Leading the team with 55 points. Hands the puck off to Nason. Drop feed from Meyer. He's in deep with a shot save. He tried to go short side. Ersan squeezing the post.
Ole. He got the gift, and then he gave it back, shaking his head as he goes to the bench.
Myers centering try, batted away by York and taken in the neutral zone by Owen Tippett.
So I'm seeing Jack going down the right side in his own end, and he wants to go backhand. I think he's going to try this. It's a bit dangerous. And Ole Sal did intercept it, but then he lost control. And that's why he was so upset. But that's Jack, right? He's going to try something. You'd say, oh, that's dangerous. Well, kind of, but then he got the puck back. So was it? I don't know. I don't think so.
Loose puck at the blue line of Philadelphia. Now Ristolainen outlets. Pesce in a little bit of a race with Forster, wins it. It off the glass for Mercer, who sends it in. Under 2 minutes to go in the first. Stay with us for the Citizens Intermission Report. And generally, it's an entertaining intermission report, no doubt about that. But today specifically, Sam Kassan will present an interview with Kenny Danico talking about Jacques Lemaire going into the Ring of Honor on Wednesday. A lot of good stories and conversation that you'll hear during the Citizens Intermission Report.
Good.
Couturier tries to get it in front. It goes off of Bastian. Dillon outlets for Cotter. Cotter moves to the red line and flips it in. He comes off for a change. Now across the line comes Farabee with a wrist shot save made by Allen. The follow-up by Couturier is stopped by Jake.
Well, Jake's given a couple rebounds, playing really well, but you know, the defenseman will notice that, Matty. They know he hasn't played in a while, and they were there to clear the rebound, which was terrific.
So Philadelphia in control in the final minute of play. Devils lead 1-0. Dougie Hamilton from Nate Bastian and Tomas Tatar at 2:17 of the first period. 7 shots for Philadelphia, 4 for the Devils. But it's been tightly contested defensively. It's
very, Matty.
There hasn't been room. There have been blocked shots.
And there's been taking the body. You know, they're not just swinging by and not trying to hit. And I love the hitting.
Jesper Bratt comes back and takes the puck away from connectors. Jack Hughes in the neutral zone. He gets by Tippett with a pretty move. Gives it to Meyer. He had to rush the shot. It went wide. Oh, and Tippett saying, who was that just skipped by me? Now Jack with a shot. Oh, that goes wide. Through a screen. Ersan never saw it. That's on net. It's in the back of the net as time expires. Oh, and let's see. Meyer surrounded by 3 Flyers in the corner.
Well, that's Timo for you, and Kovacevic. Yeah, I'll feel pretty good if I'm either one of them. Saying if there's trouble, I know he's got my back. Kovacevic's got my back, or Myers has my back. And now they're saying enough. You know, you Flyers can yap a little bit, but look at the scoreboard. Right now we're ahead 1-0. Devils up 1-0. And a good period for him, Matty. I know they only got 4 shots, but you know what was good? Power play goal. No, scoring. Not a power play. 4th line. 2 guys on the 4th line. Bastian, Tatar get assists. And the 3rd guy, Lazar, gets the screen, the goalie, and Dougie Hamilton makes a great shot. Those are the goals you love.
As it propels the Devils to a 1-0 lead after 1. Downstairs, Brian Hallinan steps to the microphone and joins us outside the dressing room. And Brian, it's Matt and Chico. Thanks very much for sharing some time with us.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
You've had a terrific year at Utica, we mentioned, leading the team in goals, tied for the lead in points. What has this season down there meant for you, and how did it lead to the call-up?
You know, you're always just trying to take steps forward in your game, and, you know, just trying to be more consistent is something I've been working on, and it continues to be something that I can improve on. You know, that's just the biggest thing I've been trying to do this year is try to be consistent.
Brian, we're detailed up here. Tell us what that is.
What's that? Can you say it again?
I say we're being detailed. You gave us a generality, but what is it that you are trying to work on this year?
Just trying to be a more effective forechecker. Hang on to pucks low, take more pucks and just use my shot and use my strength and my puck protection to get into more scoring areas.
Brian, and just let me ask you, got 13 goals up there. Have you been scoring a little different than in the past, or just scoring more of the type of goals that you know you can?
I feel like I've always kind of had a mix of goals in the blue paint and using my shot. So I guess it's just kind of been a mix of all that.
Well, it certainly has paid off. We know it's been a tough road down there at Utica, but here you are trying to help the Devils, and we wish you the best of luck, continued success in your climb up the ladder, and let's see what happens in periods 2 and 3.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Brian.
Brian Hallinan, who scored 13 goals last year for Utica, and he's scoring again with the Comets, and it's not been the kind of year anyone would have wanted or had hoped for down there, but he's done his job.
No, he has, but you know what? We can't. We got to be kind. You don't. I mean, you be kind. I don't. But I'm just saying, and I talked to Brian on the bus. I said, Brian, you can do whatever you want in Utica, but where does it matter when you come up? You've got to bring some of those same things, because, you can check and you can be a good forechecker and you can hang on to the puck, but if you don't put some pucks in the net to change the big board over the center ice, they're going to look for somebody else. So hopefully Brian can do that.
Yeah, no doubt. And in light of what we talked about in the pregame show, Devils general manager Tom Fitzgerald acknowledging he's looking for things, talked about centers, talking about wings. Well, maybe there's an internal option that he can turn to, and if Brian can pop a few home, maybe he's one of the answers.
Oh, that's going to go a long way, Matt. I mean, it is. I love you, and I tell him, hey, if you come up and you can punch in some points, goals and assists, you got a good chance of staying. But if you don't, the one thing in the 50 years I've watched in the National League, I guarantee they're going to be looking for somebody else. Once they get to the point, no, he cannot score with any consistency. I mean, and that's what we're talking 10 goals. 10 to 15 goals. You will have and you can still play the defense and all that stuff we're talking about, Matty. You will have a 10 or 12-year career. Everybody's looking for those guys. So, and that's for the Devils right now.
And maybe Brian Hallinan will be that guy. Time will tell. We've reached the end of one. Devils lead 1-0 on Dougie Hamilton's goal. Throughout the season, the Devils host a variety of group theme and heritage nights, bring a group of 10 or more to receive benefits, including a specially priced ticket, Jumbotron recognition, block seating, exclusive fan experiences, and more. Visit NewJerseyDevils.com/group nights to learn more. Recently, we had Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Night. Specialty jerseys were worn by the players coming to the game. They've been autographed. They're now up for auction. Fans can bid on them through January 21st. Net proceeds will benefit AAPI New Jersey. To bid on autographed Devils jerseys, visit NewJerseyDevils.com/auction. Time now for the Citizens Intermission Report. My good friend Sam Kassan is on duty. You'll hear from another good friend, Kenny Danico, talking about Wednesday's game against Boston, where before the game, Jacques Lemaire will go up into the Ring of Honor, a well-deserved recognition for the great Devils coach. You'll hear from Kenny. You'll hear from Sam. You'll get scoreboard. Oh, you got a whole bunch of things coming up after this timeout. Again, after one, it's 1-0 Devils over Philly. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
The Devils are back on the ice, and this season you can be in the stands to experience it all live. Shop a wide variety of seats for every match from Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of the Devils and the NHL, and make sure you don't miss a single moment. And rest assured, if your plans change, Ticketmaster has you covered. You can securely sell your seats to other fans with just a few taps. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
Get the official NHL app to watch, read, and listen to all the deets.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the sauce. All the saves. All the hits. All the snipes. All the sellies.
Unbelievable!
All the hockey. If it's hockey, it's here. Listen to every NHL game for free, now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Download the official NHL app now.
This is Curtis Lazar. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
And we welcome you into the Devils Intermission Report, presented by Citizens. I am Sam Kassan. One period in the books here at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. And the New Jersey Devils with a 1-0 lead against the Philadelphia Flyers. Dougie Hamilton picking up his 6th goal of the season. That has the Devils ahead in this one. On the play, came 2:17 into the game, and really just a simple fundamental play. Dump the puck, retrieve the puck, low to high, bodies the net, shots through, and goal. So not a lot to break down. We will break a little down for you later, but before we get into this one any further, what I do want to bring up here is, as Matty mentioned, Jacques Lemaire is going into the Devils Ring of Honor. That'll be next Wednesday's game. So before that, we did a little sit-down interview with Ken Danico, and I asked him a few things about his memories with Jacques, what made him an effective coach, how he changed the culture in Jersey, and of course, how they ended up beating the Stanley Cup champion Detroit Red Wings in order to win the Devils' first Stanley Cup title, a sweep. Going into that series, everyone thought Detroit was going to sweep the Devils, and the Devils flipped the script to sweep the Red Wings. So we talked about all that and more. So here is my interview with Ken Danico.
First of all, for Jacques, what kind of person he was? I heard a lot about the coach, but what kind of person would you say Jacques was?
Oh, wow. Well, look, everybody knows his knowledge for the game is second to none. Sorry. You want to start again?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, he was such an intelligent hockey mind for sure. And he had, I'd say, a dry sense of humor a little bit, if you're asking his personality, which was good. But he was a no-nonsense guy that, expected something, and he would tell you what he expected from you individually and as a team on the ice, and you saw fit to do it because, I mean, if you couldn't respect a guy like Jacques Lemaire, who didn't have enough fingers on his hands with the Stanley Cup rings that he had won as a player or an executive or a coach, he was just a real straightforward, honest guy, and I think that's what players love and respect.
The Devils obviously had the struggles early on, and a lot of people talk about him bringing that championship culture, that winning culture. What was it like? You mentioned all the rings he had in Montreal. When he walked into that room, what was it like the first practice or so?
Respect. Like I said, that's probably the first word that always comes to mind with Jacques Lemaire. When he spoke, you listened, and I guess that's a great attribute you want from your coach, obviously, because he has a game plan. He has a certain style that he wanted his team to play to get to that next level. We'd started accumulating a lot of good players, and with Lou molding the team into the shape that he needed and wanted, and then the next step was hiring the right guy to put that all together on the ice, and not easy to win. We all know that. It's tough to not only be a good team, tough to make the playoffs, and even tougher to win championships. And when he brought Lemaire in, it was just that instant credibility that we, as players and okay, we're ready. We're ready to take that next step. We started to get better from those lean years in the 80s and felt that we had a good team, a better team, and started to make the playoffs a little bit now. But to win it all is a whole nother level. And then when you bring in a guy that, like I said, has been there and done that many times in a lot of different phases as a player, and like I said, management in Montreal, it was instant respect when he spoke and came in the locker room.
Going back to that, we talked to Sergei a little bit, we talked to Marty, and one of the things they mentioned was you kind of had like the individuals and the individual talent. Jacques, the one that made you guys almost become a team, to share some personal stories of how he kind of cultivated that. What did you see in his coaching style that kind of cultivated that team mentality?
Well, again, I mean, you know, you hear it a lot that you've got all different kind of players, personalities, different roles everybody has to play to come together and be a team. And it's easier said than done. It's tough to do because everybody wants to be, you know, do more than maybe even they're capable of at times. And, you know, Jacques was very decisive on, you know, this is your role. This is what's going to help the team win. I don't want you to step out of that role. Because he felt if you stepped out of that role, I mean, for me, for example, I was a defensive defenseman. We all want to do a little more. We all want to score. And it doesn't mean you can't. If it happened, great. But don't get away from what you do best, because that takes away if you're trying to do too much. And there's certain guys that have more skill, more different levels of play, whatever it may be. So he was really able to, I think, bond that together where everybody really understood their role and everybody bought in. And that meant star players, great players that maybe weren't as accustomed to, you know, buying into two-way play or, you know, sacrificing a little offense every once in a while. Everybody, you hear that term a lot, and people don't understand, well, don't you got to score to win? Of course. And we scored plenty under Jacques Lemaire. I know everybody talks about the defensive system and structure because defense does win championships, and Jacques was a big believer in that. But he used to laugh at it because if you looked at our teams, it was just so balanced, and we scored a ton of goals. We were always near or top 5 in goal scoring for the most part under Jacques Lemaire coach teams, but we were so good at positioning, and that's what he taught us. And you know, cutting the ice in half and defending before you go on the offensive attack. I mean, he played for the Flying Frenchmen, and they played no different. That was it, to get top players to understand that there's a time and place to put your skill on display and be creative, because he didn't stifle that. But when it's not there, you got to play the game the right way, play on both sides of the puck. And that's kind of when you could tell we were a tough team to play against under Jacques Lemaire. It was going to be really hard to penetrate our defense. Obviously, we had a great goaltender, Marty Brodeur, one of the greatest of all time, I'll say, sure. I'll be biased because he was my teammate. But when you have a really good defense and you got all your forwards, it was a 5-man unit, not just our defensemen, that bought into, when we don't have the puck, we're going to make it awfully miserable for the opposition to score. And when we get it back, it's going to be tough for them to take the puck from us. That was kind of his mentality, in my opinion. That's a long time ago, Sam. That's 30 years ago, so I'm trying to recollect. But everything. But Jacques was just, he was one of a kind. I mean, in a lot of ways, in a lot of great ways, as far as his coaching ability, his ability to get players to buy in, his ability one-on-one to communicate. And sometimes we didn't want to hear it. So I know I didn't sometimes. I mean, believe me. And they'd be tough conversations. But when you reflect and you're done with your careers, you're butting heads at the time, you realize, you go, yeah, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. We have 3 of these on our fingers. There's 5 of us anyway.
That was Ken Danico talking about Jacques Lemaire. Quickly for you here, join current Devils players, coaches, executives, and alumni for an impactful evening benefiting Devils Youth Foundation on Thursday, January 30th for the Devils Sweep the Deck Gala. Join us on what will be an unforgettable night of curling and cards, all benefiting the community. For more information, visit NewJerseyDevils.com/sweepthedeck. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll look at some scores and maybe some highlights. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
4 nations face off for the world to see. This February, international best-on-best hockey is back as NHL stars compete for their country to see which hockey nation will reign.
Star power in abundance.
Canada, Finland, Sweden, USA. Teammates turned rivals, and rivals turned teammates. For country, for glory, 4 nations.
We are set for puck drop.
The 4 Nations Face-Off begins February 12th on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
Do-over. Remember yelling do-over as a kid? Well, you still can. Plumbers. Don't stay at that dead-end job. Start a career in plumbing with Plumbers Local 24. We're not just building New Jersey's hospitals, schools, airports, and sports arenas. We're building better lives and secure futures. Go to plumbers24.org today. Better education, better pay, better benefits, better retirements. Start your do-over today.
An orthopedic surgeon can replace a damaged joint, but they can't replace time. For you, or for the person who has to drive you around. That's why you need a surgeon who's close to home. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we have the specialized care you need to get moving again. Do it right. Here. Visit rwjbh.org/ortho. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Brendan Dillon, you're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do-over. Remember yelling do-over as a kid? Well, you still can. Plumbers. Don't stay at that dead-end job. Start a career in plumbing with Plumbers Local 24. We're not just building New Jersey's hospitals, schools, airports, and sports arenas. We're building better lives and secure futures. Go to plumbers24.org today. Better education, better pay, better benefits, better retirements. Start your do-over today. NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Devils tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Devils and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game so you can catch all the action live. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/NHL.
This is Jake Allen. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Second period underway here at Prudential Center. The Devils begin period number 2 with a 1-0 lead. Jake Allen in the goal to our left. Dougie Hamilton with an early first period goal, giving the Devils that early lead, which they have maintained. Icing called on Philadelphia. Chico, quick question for you.
Yeah.
11 blocked shots in the first period.
Nice.
Flyers had 7 shots on goal. My point is, that seems to be good, but is there any negative there in terms of puck possession for Philadelphia?
No, people will try to use that. But, Matty, that's the game now. You could say, oh, no. If they can do it, can screen the goalie. I mean, you're going to get a few deflections. But, no, Matty, I think that is fine. When a team's... I thought Flyers played really well in the first period.
Mm-hmm.
And block shots as we get an offside. Block shot by the Devils was what nullified and snuffed out some of those chances. So, I would say, no, that's fine. Let me look here, Matty. Well, second period. New Jersey, 56 goals. And Philly, 43. I know Philly's done really well in the third period. That's what they did the other night against Islanders. But the second period has been to the advantage of the Devils, and let's see if it is again this afternoon.
Devils have Meyer, Heischer, and Nason out there. Puck loose at center ice. It's grabbed by Siegenthaler, who's paired with Kovacevic. He wheels the puck in. Samuel Ersson traps it, hands it off to Ristine, and now it's on to Konechny. Ahead for Frost. Gives it off to Tippett. He sidestepped or tried to Nason, but he lost control of the puck.
Yeah, Nason got just enough of him.
Stefan Nason back after a 2-game absence. Sheldon Keefe intimated before the game that there's still a little bit of that bug running through the team. When asked about the line that Hallinan would be in and Nason was back, but he said, we're still things. And Nason was out with that, whatever it is, norovirus or the flu or something kept him out the last 2 games.
Well, Matty, it doesn't matter, right? You play a little hurt, so what? You either get the job done or you don't. No excuses. And if you're a little sick, and Nason, I watched him. He looked pretty good. I don't know if he skated yesterday. The Devils didn't. But
Luke Hughes turns it over. Here's a pass ahead to Michkov, moves in, scores.
Not Michkov. The one guy you don't want on a breakaway. And you heard the ringing of the bells, didn't you?
You did.
Oh, my. And I'm watching Jake. He's kind of out. He's out pretty good. I think he has most of the net, except, and a fan off the left boards goes to a Flyer who then gives it to Michkov. And he's a goal scorer, Matty. He's going to be a part of the Devils' challenge for years to come.
His 14th of the season.
And, the defensive coach doesn't go down and say to Luke, you got to... He knows, Luke knows that because they just showed him on the bench. He's staring off. It's just funny how patterns happen, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Sean Couturier, who's been a great defensive forward in this league for a long time, picked off the pass, it was fumbled.
Oh, big time.
He got it ahead to Michkov. And looking at one last replay, puck went off the glove a little bit of Allen, so he got a piece of it, not enough.
Well, but the point is, all he gave him was the post, right? Yeah. Really, I thought he didn't stay deep. He came out challenged, and it was just a great shot. But that's what the terrific goal scorers do, and that Michkov is going to be one as we get
puck goes out of play, yeah.
Okay, so we were just talking, and the way cycles of hockey go. Luke Hughes goes down in the overtime in Toronto, 3-on-3, hits the post. He could have scored. Hero, great, they win. But no, he goes, and there's a bit of a mix-up in his line change with Dougie Hamilton. Instead, the Leafs go down and score. And then tonight, again, instead of, that didn't go for him. And,
here's a takeaway. They move in the shot off the glass. That was Tippett.
And Chico, zip it, because this game is taking some turns I didn't expect.
Curtis Lazar banks one ahead to Tomas Tatar. Now it's on to Bastian, who had the primary assist on Dougie Hamilton's first period goal. This pass down low, grabbed by Konechny. And now it's out to center ice. Jamie Drysdale rolls it in. Siegenthaler bounces one to the neutral zone. Tatar there, but his pass is picked off by Frost. 16:40 to go in the second period, and we're tied at 1. First of 4 between these two teams. Kind of hard to believe we're later part of January. It's the first time we've seen the Flyers while having completed the season series with Carolina and Washington, but that's the fact. Here comes Jack Hughes down the left wing side. Steps on the brakes, creates some space, moves along the blue line, drops it off for his brother. Luke is in deep in the left wing corner. Tries to move behind the end center, but it comes all the way down.
Well, Luke, that's what I'm saying, Matty. He went from the hero to really struggling. And that happens to everybody. But it's, Luke, how are you going to respond, buddy? I think I know how he'll respond, but he's going to have to do it.
In the National Hockey League, it's always a battle controlling the ebbs and flows of the game, and then your game.
That's it. That's it exactly, Matty. Not robots. There's not chips you're putting into these players before every game.
Devils have some trouble controlling the puck. Now they grab it. Here's Luke, Looks around, gives it off to Pesci. Now plays it off the wall. Devils were coming off on a change, so it's picked off by York. Drops it to Michkov. Out to the blue line. Sanheim moves to the top of the circle with a shot that's deflected away. Well, the Flyers have had the better start here, no question.
Yeah, they were as good or better in the first. Here we go.
Meyer takes it away, but then loses control, and the Flyers backhand to the neutral zone where Brendan Dillon.
Well, the Devils only have the one power play, man. You and I both hope they can get the 5-on-5 going a little better. That hasn't been great this game. Only 3 shots. Mm-hmm. One of them... No, they didn't get a power play goal. What am I thinking?
No, they didn't. That was Hamilton Egan.
That was
strength,
5-on-5, yes. Okay, so...
But your point is well taken. The power play carried them for a long time.
Yeah.
5-on-5 is where you make your bones as a shot. Deflected away by Allen. It's behind him at the side of the net. No one gaining control. Flyers finally dig it out. Michkov with it from the hash marks. Tries to play it in front. It deflects to the blue line. Drive by Sealer goes wide. Now Michkov with it. He's checked by Cotter. This is something that Sheldon Keefe has said over the last half dozen games or so, and he said it again today. When the Devils give up a goal, what is their response? And right now they've had a difficult time getting an effective response as the puck
you're right.
iced by
what
the
happened
Devils.
in Toronto? Their response, Toronto would come back and score, and they'd score in Toronto. Yeah, it's been a bit of a problem. And the other thing is the Flyers, as I said in the Keys, Matt, they don't quit. They can't. It's what John Tortorella, if there's one about him, he will not put up with players not playing hard all the time. So it's not going to get easier for the Devils. They got to find a way to try to create more offense 5-on-5. Matty, and I'm going to watch. Is it their breakouts? Is it through the neutral zone? Control of the puck in the Flyers' end? Let's see what's not going on.
Face off to the right of Jake Allen, won by Philadelphia. Konechny tries to play one in front. He fans.
Lean to his right, Matty. He did that himself, but I liked what he was trying to do to protect the puck, but he fell.
Here's Luke Hughes. Slap shot that hit somebody in front. It's loose, chipped that, and Urson makes the stop. Here's Luke again. Slap shot. That's blocked by Ristolainen. He gives it off to Lawton. Now it's the center ice. Puck taken by Hathaway. He'll dump it in.
Ristolainen limping over to the bench. But, good shot by Luke. He couldn't get it through, but it was a punishing shot for Ristolainen.
Devils gain the zone. Palat briefly runs into Pesci trying to control a puck. Bratt finds it, gives it to Pesci. He moves in with a shot, and it's deflected by Cates. It's just too long to develop.
Yeah, the puck is in the left corner, folks. If you're looking at the Flyers, then it goes to Pesci, and Pesci's got a lane to the net. But Matty, he's delaying because there's no screen. He's hoping somebody coming off that wall will put a screen up, but it doesn't happen. And then finally he says, well, I still got to shoot it. And he shoots it, hits a Flyers foot and goes out of the rink. But anyway, let's see if the Devils can respond. Half the game roughly left to go, 12:05 here in the second period. You are listening to the New Jersey Devils Hockey Broadcast, brought to you by Ramapo College.
In hockey, it's all about protecting the net. And at Prudential, we're all about helping you protect your life's work. As the official financial services partner of the New Jersey Devils, Prudential helps fans and their families navigate their options with confidence. Plan, invest, insure, and retire with rock-solid expertise designed to help you reach your goals. All from Prudential. Start making your financial game plan at Prudential.com.
No one plans on heart problems, but everyone should have a plan for them. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we help patients of all lifestyles and medical histories plan for healthy hearts. With the latest technology and a highly specialized team of nurses, cardiologists, and surgeons, our network offers the most complete heart and vascular care in New Jersey. Make plans for a healthy heart with RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together. Visit rwjbh.org/heart.
IBEW Local 102 has provided highly skilled electricians to projects in New Jersey and Pennsylvania since 1900. Building relationships with their business partners to help grow your business is their top priority. They are the first union member of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and a proud partner of Choose New Jersey. They have over 300 licensed contractors and mandatory OSHA safety training. Local 102, lighting the path, leading the way. Visit IBEW102.org.
This is Jesper Brad. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network presented by Ramapo College.
Devils quiz question. We want to know who is the only Devils player with a playoff overtime goal against the Philadelphia Flyers. Longtime rivals. They've met in a bunch of series. Most of them have gone the Devils' way, or at least the big ones. Devils and Flyers tied at 1. We'll have the answer toward the end of the second period. We've got 11:50 to go now. Pass for Jesper Bratt. He'll backhand in and give chase. Sanheim gets a piece. Palat tries to take it away from Cates, whose pass is blocked by Jack. Centers, looking for Bratt. It deflects to Hamilton. Wrists one down low for the redirect, but I think Ersan came out to get a piece before it got to Jack. Now the puck between the circles, and Cates finds Tyson Forster, who flips it in.
Now that's a good 5-on-5 for the Devils there. They came close twice to scoring.
Now a little bit of a communication error on the Devils' part as they poke the puck to center ice. Dylan thought Jack was going to take it. Jack thought that Dylan was going to maintain control. It comes out in front and kicked that by Couturier, trying to control it, could not. There's only been 13 shots.
And that's kind of starting to be the norm, Maddie. I've been watching the stats. Goalies aren't getting the shots like they used to 20 years ago, 25 years ago. No, they're much more selective when they shoot them.
8 for Philadelphia, 5 for the Devils. 1-1 our score. Nico Hischier across the line, upended. No call. We looked at the replay.
Okay.
That's why there was no. They looked at the replay of the Bastion. Thought that there was a penalty. No, he just lost his balance. Happens. On everything.
No, we're all biased. Devils fans are biased. They call a penalty. Well, I'd have to really squeeze that one.
As she tries to pinch in to pick off a pass, he does keep it alive. Mitchkov comes back, throws a shoulder in. Pesci looking for Hallinan. It's blocked away and clear, but this will be icing. So good work by Brett Pesci.
Yeah, it was good. I did a little background on Mitchkov. He had another 2 years in the Continental League. That's where he was playing, but he got out of them. And I got to find out the rule. Did they just let him go? Is that part of the conditions over in Russia, in the Russian league, where if you get an offer from the NHL, you can go the next year? I don't know. But he had 2 more years, but they were desperate and would see that he could be a good player in this league, and he has been.
He has the Flyers goal. It came on a Luke Hughes turnover that led to him coming down in all alone on Jake Allen. He's from a town called Perm, Russia. Matvei Mitchkov. I have it on good, reliable sources telling me that everyone has curly hair in that town.
But not naturally.
No. That's Perm. Here's a pass in front for Hallinan by Siegenthaler. And it's
Maddie, we are really
dad jokes time on this Saturday afternoon. Kovacevic with the wrister, that's knocked down in front. By the way, saw a replay during the break. Jack Hughes did get a piece. I thought maybe Ersan had come out and blockered that pass angled in front. No, it was Jack got a piece and a blocker saved by Ersan.
Well, and that's 5-on-5. Devils, Matt, since we talked, they've really picked up the 5-on-5. All the players been down to our right, which is the Flyers' end.
9 minutes to go in the second. Game tied at 1. Dougie Hamilton in the first. Matvei Mitchkov in the second.
And there's coaches seeing the same thing we are. There's been a couple timeouts, so I'm sure they were talked to about the 5-on-5. They just have to do better.
Palat for Bratt. Poked away by Sealer. It comes to Jack in the far corner. Head and shoulder fake, skates behind the net. Puck knocked loose. He battles to get it back. Works it to Bratt. Around for Hamilton. Back to Jesper. Shot sails through a crowd and wide. Now Dillon pinching in. Oh, and Tippett can't get it by. Hamilton settles it. Over skates. Tries to find it. It's still loose along the near wall. Dougie dumps it toward the corner. Sealer bats it out of midair. And the Flyers break out. It's a 2-on-1. Devils trying to get back in numbers. Tippett in deep with a shot. Sends it wide.
Great play by Luke Hughes.
And then Frost's shot is gloved by Allen. We'll have a face-off.
Okay, the puck's inside the Flyers end, and it comes to Dougie Hamilton. But, Matt, it's not flat. It's not coming true. It's bouncing around. Then he gets it, but it goes in his feet. And then he loses it. And then he's going to go down to the wall and pinch. But maybe that wasn't the best decision, because then it goes 2-on-1 the other way. But Luke Hughes moving his stick around like the player with the puck on the right side didn't know where to pass it. And he eventually shot it, but he shot it wide. Great play by Luke Hughes on that 2-on-1. Right now we're tied 1-1, 8:02 to go here in the second period. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast brought to you by Ramapo College.
Matt Laughlin here. As the official voice of the New Jersey Devils, I'm here to make sense of the game. And Citizens, the official bank of the New Jersey Devils, is here to help you make sense of your money. You can count on me to call every play made by your favorite team. And you can count on Citizens for every aspect of your financial game. From saving, to checking, to achieving your goals. Citizens, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
An orthopedic surgeon can replace a damaged joint, but they can't replace time. For you, or for the person who has to drive you around. That's why you need a surgeon who's close to home. At RWJ Barnabas Health, we have the specialized care you need to get moving again. Do it right. Here. Visit rwjbh.org/ortho. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy. Together.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/radio and use code radio for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/radio and use code radio at checkout.
This is Thomas Tatar. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Out of town scoreboard presented by Premio Sausage. Real Italian sausage, real Italian taste, the way sausage should be. Everything else later this afternoon and tonight, including the Rangers hosting Columbus and the Islanders entertaining San Jose.
Big game for the Rangers in Columbus, Matty, because they've kind of seemingly gotten a style together. Not so much just scoring or any particular, playing better, but against Columbus, not going to be easy. Columbus playing well, especially recently.
Yeah, they've won 6 straight.
Oh, that would be recently. Yeah, is that right? Good. We're hoping for him. Oh.
Shot goes wide. Past Ersan as Tatar tries to track it down. Now it's brought out to center ice by Garnet Hathaway, born in Florida but raised in Maine. That's a turnaround in terms of geography and climate and everything else.
And hockey.
And yeah,
that's the most important thing. Yeah.
Puck pokes off the stick of Hischier. Tatar couldn't grab it. Tatar will come off on a change as the puck goes to center ice. Now backhanded in by Scott Lawton. Quick pass ahead for Meyer. Just inside the Flyer zone. He gets knocked off his stick and out of play.
Well, we thought this was going to be a battle. At least I did, Matty. I mean, the Flyers, I don't care where they are in the standings. They have been a different team, especially the last 9-10 games. Not that the record, they've won them all, but you could just see, and you could see them here. They're pretty connected, right? Mm-hmm. You know, one guy's backing up the other. They're giving their teammate an out. They're covering in front of the net, and the Devils are working hard too, but they're having trouble getting open. And a couple times they did, they weren't able to put the puck in the net.
Hischier kicked out of the face-off circle. I think Philadelphia now knows exactly who they are and how they have to play, right?
Well, they know it because it was told to them, and you're not playing if you don't.
Well, yes.
You know what I mean? It's not like they came to the conclusion, and like John Tortorella, some people think if you get an offside against the Devils, he can be too hard. But if he's not, then he's not going to be coaching. Like, this team needed to figure out its system, who they are. And he needed to tell them, this is what you got to do in your role. That's what you got to do in your role. And if you don't, it's not going to come together, and you're probably not going to play like you did with Mitchkov. I mean, he's a pretty good player. You wouldn't bench him for 3 games, but John did. And he didn't like it, Mitchkov, but he's sure playing much differently now.
And he's got the Flyers goal that tied it up at 1. 9 shots for Philadelphia, 5 for the Devils, with 6:40 to go in the second period.
Yeah, tell me that one. Why only 5?
And the Devils were initially listed as having 4 after 1. They dropped it to 3. Now, either way, it's 5. My point is, 2 shots in this period, crowd trying to get them going.
Yeah, and it's not like they've just been sitting back and just playing kitty bar the door or trap in the neutral zone. They're really trying, Matty, but I don't know. Has it been blocked shots? Has it been just missed pass at the critical time? I don't know.
Flyers dump it in wide of net. It'll be played by Kovacevic. And now Jack Hughes looks around as he skates it out. Plays it back deep to Kovacevic. Goes left wing side where it's redirected in by Andre Palat. Samuel Ersson sends it to the corner. Taken by the Devils. Out front it goes for Jack, but it rolls free. And the Flyers skate out. Here's Owen Tippett streaking down the near side wall. Tries to cut in front. Devils knock it away. Siegenthaler and Hughes were there to turn a potentially dangerous situation into something that was rather benign.
And that's play what we're talking about, Matty. Why it's so hard to get good scoring chances for either team, because it looks like, oh, this might be something. But then a defender comes back and is part of making a terrific defensive play. Here.
Also why we don't have all that many shots on goal. Cutter in deep misses the target. He had a chance.
And see, that's not even a shot on goal.
Nope. Here's a pass up ahead to Farabee. Has a step as he gains his own. In with the wrister save. Rebound in front. Cleared away. Hallinan sends it off. Not out, though. Sealer keeps it alive. Farabee. Now it goes to the corner. In front off a stick. Couturier battling along with Dillon. Now the puck behind the net. Farabee sweeps it to the left point. Sealer goes cross ice where it's picked off by Cotter. In a race with Drysdale. Cotter's in. Shovels one wide. Penalty coming up. It's a delayed call. Hallinan finds Hamilton. Settles. Extra skater on for the Devils. Cotter to Hamilton. Gives it to Jack, who is the extra skater. Pass goes off the Flyers skate. No whistle. Devils will control in their own end.
Because there was no control by the Flyers.
So now it's Luke Hughes in front of the Devils bench. Moves into the Flyer zone. Tries to go cross ice to Heischer. It's blocked away. Heischer behind the net as it deflect toward Lawton. And now we get the control on the whistle.
Oh, it's Drysdale. He's battling back with Cotter, Matty. I'm watching. I don't see the grab. And we will look here because there must have been an arm and a hand. No penalty shot. Cotter would have been away, potentially on a breakaway. Good play by the youngster Drysdale. But unfortunately for him, he had to take a penalty to do it. So we got another timeout, and hopefully the Devils can get some offense going because it's been hard. They only got the 1 goal, 5 shots, 4:05 to go here in the second period. You are listening to the New Jersey Devils Hockey Broadcast, brought to you by Ramapo College.
Do-over. Remember yelling, you know what's funny? Well, you still can. Tuesday against Florida. Stay at that dead end. No shots, right? Not much.
Oh, yeah,
40 minutes, we're like, oh, it's boring. This really hasn't been building New Jersey. I don't know. I don't feel this has been boring.
No.
But that game was boring.
Right, well, like this last play here.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good on his earlier chance. Remember, Cotter had the other one. But he didn't hit the net, so nothing shows. But no, that's kind of exciting.
Start your do-over. Remind me not to ask for Paul Cotter after that miss.
No Paul
We had him on Thursday. Was it Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, he was not happy. Oh, I got to be better. I missed the play. I got to be, okay, we'll let you get into the room. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, he wouldn't answer anything about him.
No.
We just got to play better. We got to have a better second period. Golly, it was just so general.
Citizens.
But that's okay.
New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
Take a free shot at winning $10,000 with the Golden Goal Sweepstakes, brought to you by Playstar, the official online casino of the New Jersey Devils. Join Playstar today and you'll enjoy a deposit bonus of up to $500, along with up to 500 free spins. Find more ways to play like a champion with hundreds of the hottest games, including blackjack, roulette, and the best slots in New Jersey. Download the app or search playstar.com and be the star. Terms and conditions apply. You must be 21 or older and within the state of New Jersey to play. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Paul Cotter. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Devils power play in this 1-1 game. Dougie Hamilton with a wrister tipped wide by Nason. Backhand try by Heischer, goes off the side of the net. Hamilton has trouble controlling near side. Puck taken by Lawton, races into the zone, toe drag move, slides it cross ice, but Bratt was able to block it away. He didn't know where it was, he just knew he had to make a desperate play, and he did. Finally.
Flyers go for the shorthanded goals, Matty. Here they go again.
Jack Hughes has it taken away by Konecny, moves across, backhand one blocked by Hamilton. Hamilton's lost his stick now. Loose puck far side, taken by Ristolainen. Oh, Devils having trouble getting started on this power play now. The puck's at center ice, taken by Bratt, checked from behind by Ristolainen, who clears, and the crowd grows restless.
I mean, this is a classic example of how hard the Flyers are working in this winning streak. They're giving the Devils no chance to even set up.
Cotter backhands in. Heischer. 3 goals in his last 2 games. Sinners! Oh, Mercer all alone. Couldn't put it home. Somehow, Ersan got a piece.
Yeah, he pushed off the post, came out. He knew the puck had to hit him, and it did. Oh, that's a tough one.
So now, Palat. Centers. Mercer, another drive save. Cotter centers, and it deflects off the crossbar.
Oh, my goodness.
Flyers will dump it to center ice, but it was knocked down by a Devils high stick and played by Luke Hughes, so a whistle.
Well, where do we start with the tough luck for the Devils? Puck's going to be behind the net, and Mercer's coming late. Nobody's even around him, and he gets it. Matty, and was he hit him in the arm?
Yeah.
Hit him in the arm, but look at Ersong. He gets a push. No, maybe was it blocker. Wide? No, blocker.
Yeah.
Just ticked the edge of the blocker, then just hit the Flyers defense, but he was behind the goal line, so it didn't ricochet in. And then the Devils, with a couple other chances, couldn't get the puck in the net, and weren't shots. Only 6 shots now for the Devils.
10 for Philadelphia. Devils with 16 to go on the power play. Gain the zone. Luke Hughes banks it down low. Meyer behind the net to the blue line now for Cotter. Back to Meyer. Game tied at 1-0. His pass goes off the skate of Farabee. And actually, Farabee put his skate there to block that pass.
Well, that's part of it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't an accident. He was playing it that way. Out of the box comes Drysdale.
Just that one good shot by Mercer, Matty. That was it.
And sometimes that's all you're going to get. And you want to say you got to put it in.
And sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
But for the Devils, no. And really the only real good scoring chance they had that whole power play. Flyers are tenacious. Wow.
They are. Ersan plays it off the glass, and it rolls into the protective netting. Minute 32 to go in the second period. They'll be a face-off in Philadelphia's end.
Okay, the Devils only have 6 shots, Okay, but they've missed 9 shots. So that's not bad. But the Flyers blocked 16 shots, Matty, which goes that way sometimes, And you got to understand, folks, the equipment to these players are so big. Their shit pads, their pants, their bodies and stuff. And then you got 2 or 3 of them trying to get in the way of a shot. Good chance they're going to block it, Matty. It's not like it's always poor shooting as a result of the shot being blocked. A lot of times it's the defender, like you just mentioned, with a skate.
Yeah.
It was a really heads-up play.
10 of those blocks have come here in the second period, which has 1:15 to run. From a Devils standpoint, are you thinking out of the period tied at 1, or you thinking maybe we can gain some momentum with a late goal?
Well, the late goal would be the choice, but I think this hasn't been a bad period for the Devils.
Tatar takes it into the Flyer zone. It's whacked off his stick, and Nico Heischer with 50 to go pick it up.
And it hasn't been a bad period for the Flyers. I mean, we talked about it before. Like, these are like playoff games, right, Matty? They're just so tight, checking, and, you know, everybody's just paying the price with their bodies.
Philadelphia just 3 points out of a playoff spot, 3-0-1 in their last 4. Devils in second in the division, but they've run into choppy waters as of late with 27 seconds to go. Tippett now for Forsyth, back to Tippett. The blast goes wide. It was actually Frost with the pass. Tippett has it at the hash marks right wing side. Tries to get it in front. It sails through the crease. Drysdale moves in with a shot kicked out. He gets it back in. The drive is blocked by Mercer. 9 seconds to go. Late push by Philadelphia. Drysdale at the left point. Wrist shot that's blockered off the glass. And that will do it.
Yeah, and do it is. And the Flyers got the only goal, so 2 periods. Goal apiece. Some good chances by both squads. Goalies are playing well. And it's just been some of the best defense of commitment and effort and positioning and all that stuff that goes along with playing good defense by both teams, Matty. So even though there was 17 total shots, only 2 goals, it hasn't been a boring game.
It has not, and the third period, maybe more will decide this. The Devils certainly used to playing extra time over the last 4 games. The answer to our quiz question, the only Devils player with a playoff overtime goal against the Philadelphia Flyers.
It's not Claude Lemieux.
No. Alexei Ponikarovsky.
Really?
Yes, in the 2012 Eastern Conference semifinals, Game 3.
Oh, that does surprise me. Because I thought when the Devils beat the Flyers back when Lemieux was here.
That big blast from inside the blue line?
Yeah, with Ronnie Hickstall.
Late. It was late in the third.
Oh, but it wasn't over. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
And boy, that silenced the spectrum.
Oh, my.
That place went quiet.
Yeah.
The Devils have had some great battles with Philadelphia in the postseason. Most, as I said, have gone the Devils' way, and as it did in 2012.
You know what I found out on the inside? That when Claude Lemieux was here, 2000 Cup, he had a guy from Colorado who he really liked come in, part of the training staff, to sharpen his skates. And a lot of
go ahead.
And they went for it. But a lot of players just really get. I don't know if it's superstitious, what it is. They get tied in to someone specifically doing what they want.
Yeah.
And for Claude Lemieux, he could do it, and he paid dividends, so it worked out.
Conn Smythe, trophy winner.
The skates were technically the best they've ever been.
Exactly. At any rate, 2 periods complete. Time for the Citizens Intermission Report. Sam Kassan on duty. And speaking of that 95 team, the head coach, Jacques Lemaire, will be enshrined in the Devils' Ring of Honor on Wednesday prior to the game against Boston. Fans are encouraged to get here early so as to not miss the ceremony. Many former greats will be on hand, including
January 22nd. That's next Wednesday. Make sure you get your tickets for that game. He's going to be here. He's going to give a speech, pregame ceremony. A lot of alumni also from those teams will be here. Scott Stevens, I know, for one, as well as many others. But big to have big old Scott Stevens back in the building. And another guy that'll be here is Ken Danico. And you heard from him in the first intermission. I sat down with him and talked a little bit about some memories of Jacques Lemaire. Here's the second part of that interview, and it started with me asking how Jacques Lemaire shaped the culture in the Devils locker room.
What it took was, understanding what Jacques Lemaire had implemented, even though he didn't coach the second and the third team and Larry was next. It was kind of in place from Jacques Lemaire, you know what I mean? From him setting the template kind of how this team is going to win, how you win championships, how you play, and it was all about the logo on the front and not the name on the back, as you hear time and time again, a cliche, but it's true. To win, you have to get everybody to buy in. He did that better than any coach I've ever seen. And like I said, he got top players to understand, I have to score, but I can't take any time off defending when we don't have the puck.
You kind of touched on it there, maybe, but it is. But how did he make you better? How did he make you better as a player?
How did he make me and everybody, I guess, individually better as a player was understanding, first and foremost, kind of what I've been mentioning, understanding your role and really bearing down on what you do best, that it became automatic, it became natural. I mean, I credit him, I credit Larry a lot for, I'd been around the league a long time, and I probably, because of what Lemaire taught me, and probably prolonged my career a lot of years, and to understand what was going to make me successful. First and foremost, what's going to make the team successful? How can you as an individual help the team? Secondly, how am I going to be better as a player? And that is to really bear down on what each player is good at. And he certainly helped me in that area, where just to understand that this is what's going to keep me around. This is what's going to make me a winner. This is what's going to make, shall I say, us a winner. But I mean, you asked me about what he taught individually. He just really knew how to bring the best out of you. And isn't that the most important thing for a coach's job? Yes, what's going to make the team come together, what's going to make the team win. But individually, how is Ken Danico or even the great Scott Niedermayer, Stevens, going to help this team win, and how are they going to be the best version of themselves on the ice?
Sounds like he was like a therapist. It was like having self-confidence and like celebrating the man that is Ken Danico and what he brings to the team.
Yeah, well, I think a coach has to be. Not only the X's and O's on the ice, but I think maybe even more importantly is being that therapist and a guy that knows how to communicate to his players and get the most out of them on a nightly basis. And then 4 grueling rounds if you plan on trying to win a Stanley Cup, which isn't easy. So he did it to a T. And it's such a great honor for the Devils and Jacques Lemaire. It's only fitting for him to be the first coach that goes into the Ring of Honor, because, I mean, he really, I can't say it enough. He taught us. We had a good group of players finally that thought we might have a chance, but he kind of orchestrated everything as far as, now, how are we going to do this? And he put in systems and brought the best out of each individual to really understand, we have a purpose, and that purpose was to win. That's every player on every team that I was fortunate to be part of in those Stanley Cup runs were, and in particular 95, the first time, as hard as it is to win a championship, and coming so close in 94, and you always got to go through that for whatever reason, but you do in that epic Eastern Conference Finals. But Jacques was, you could tell the next season, it wasn't about the regular season. It was about us just getting in and then turning the switch, because we'd come so close close the year before, and Lemaire knew right away that, he knew it, I bet, and he'll probably tell you, these guys are ready to take the next step. They are not going to be 9. And we went 16-4 in that Stanley Cup run where this was it. There is no second. There's no runner-up. There's no winning a round or two. It's Stanley Cup or bust, and he got us all to buy in and believe and get to that level where you raise the bar. You raise the bar, and now it's time. And certainly we wouldn't have done it without him. I mean, he was as important as any player on the ice. And I would not say that about every coach, but he was to really mold the group together.
That was Ken Danico talking about Jacques Lemaire, who, again, going into the Ring of Honor for the New Jersey Devils next Wednesday. Make sure you get tickets to that. Again, there'll be a big ceremony pregame. Jacques will be there giving a speech. A lot of alumni from that 95 team. Another, of course, he coached 3 stints with the Devils, so all the players that had played under him will be in attendance. So something you don't want to miss. It's your opportunity to elevate your game day experience at Prudential Center with a luxury suite for one of our upcoming matchups this season. Visit NewJerseyDevils.com/premium to learn more. That's NewJerseyDevils.com/premium. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll look at our Primio Sausage out-of-town scoreboard, as well as taking care of some highlights. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Do-over. Remember yelling do-over as a kid? Well, you still can. Plumbers. Don't stay at that dead-end job. Start a career in plumbing with Plumbers Local 24. We're not just building New Jersey's hospitals, schools, airports, and sports arenas. We're building better lives and secure futures. Go to plumbers24.org today. Better education, better pay, better benefits, better retirements. Start your do-over today. Matt Laughlin here. As the official voice of the New Jersey Devils, I'm here to make sense of the game. And Citizens, the official bank of the New Jersey Devils, is here to help you make sense of your money. You can count on me to call every play made by your favorite team. And you can count on Citizens for every aspect of your financial game. From saving, to checking, to achieving your goals. Citizens, official bank of the New Jersey Devils. Learn more at citizensbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC. Want to know the best way to find parking for Devils games? It's easier than you think. Now with Park Mobile, you can easily reserve a parking spot for every Devils game. So you just drive right to the lot and have a guaranteed spot waiting for you. You can make a parking reservation right in the Park Mobile app or in the parkmobile.io website. Search for Prudential Center, select your game, and reserve your spot. So the next time you're going to watch the Devils at Prudential Center, don't put your parking on ice. Score a hat trick by reserving your spot with Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
This is Nate Bashan. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
And we welcome you back into the Devils Intermission Report, presented by Citizens. I'm Sam Kassan. And our Primio Sausage out-of-town scoreboard. Primio Sausage, real Italian sausage, real Italian taste. The way sausage should be. This is the only game going on. There's a bunch of other games on the docket for you tonight. In fact, a full slate of games. But really, yesterday, let's talk about the Penguins in Buffalo, because Nedeljkovic, that's from the goaltender of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Alex Nedeljkovic, scored a goal and had an assist to become the first goalie in National Hockey League history to record a goal and assist in the same game. So we got to give a lot of kudos to Nedeljkovic for getting that one, Ned, as he's affectionately known. And the Penguins won that game 5-2. Let's run through some highlights in this one. It is a 1-1 game here after 2 periods. And it was, Paul Connors had a lot of opportunities, none better than the opening one in the first period, where he had a wide open net, but jammed the shot just wide.
Paul Cotter snaps one in. Puck bangs off the glass onto the stick of Nick Seeler. Cotter intercepts a clearing pass, hands it off to Dawson Mercer, playing center today. He tries to feed it in front. It's blocked away. Now loose at the side of the net. Jam try. That's knocked aside, and then Cotter misses the target.
You know who would not miss the target? Just seconds later, Dougie Hamilton picking up his 6th goal of the season and snapping a 19-game goalless streak to give the Devils a 1-0 lead.
Squeezes his way past Dougie Hamilton, skates behind the net, can't get by Brendan Dillon. That gives him a little cross-check, does Sanheim after that check. Hamilton with a shot, he scores! Douglas ending a long drought. He had not scored since putting one home against the Rangers in the early part of December.
Yeah, that was December 2nd when Dougie Hamilton scored against the Rangers. It is his 6th of the year. Assists go to Bastian and Tatar. And a simple play as it comes. It's a dump by Tatar. Bastian makes a nifty move to get around Scott Lawton to get the puck and retrieve it. He then throws it up the boards to Hamilton at the point. Shot through the screen. And the thing with the Philadelphia Flyers, John Tortorella likes his team to pack it into the zone to block a lot of shots. The upside of that is you don't get a lot of shots on goal. Everything's kept to the outside and pretty much stifles much offenses. The downside is when a shot does get through, that's a lot of bodies in front of a goaltender, and Ersan just unable to pick that one up. And in the second period, the Flyers would tie it. This one from Michkov to get it at 1-1.
Luke Hughes turns it over. Here's a pass ahead to Michkov, moves in, scores.
Not Michkov, the one guy you don't want on a breakaway.
And just a flub pass from Luke Hughes, unfortunate for him, but that is where we stand. 1-1, Flyers, Devils after 2, third period coming up. Matt Lockton, Chico Resch will have your call. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Do-over. Remember yelling do-over as a kid? Well, you still can. Plumbers. Don't stay at that dead-end job. Start a career in plumbing with Plumbers Local 24. We're not just building New Jersey's hospitals, schools, airports, and sports arenas. We're building better lives and secure futures. Go to plumbers24.org today. Better education, better pay, better benefits, better retirements. Start your do-over today. From the electricity out on the ice to the roar of the crowd in the stands, there's nothing quite like Devils hockey. And this season, you can be there live to cheer them on. As the official ticketing partner of the Devils and the NHL, Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats at a wide variety of price points. So get off the couch and get into the stands. Grab great seats to see the Devils today at Ticketmaster.com.
This is Timo Meyer. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
Enter the Drive for the Devils sweepstakes presented by BMW for your chance to receive 2 tickets to a Devils game with M Lounge by BMW Access and round-trip transportation to the game. To enter, visit NewJerseyDevils.com/Devils Drive. Third period about to get underway. Devils and Flyers tied at 1. 11 shots for Philadelphia. 7 now officially for the Devils. At least that's what's listed on the board. As we know, the numbers change as the game goes on. But what won't change is the 1 goal scored by each team. We hope that scoreboard changes in the Devils' favor before this third period is over. Puck in the Devils' end. Pressure by the Flyers. Cates behind the net. He's checked by Jack. Comes away with the puck still. Cates with it. Moves in front. Jams one. Save. Rebound. Kicked away by Allen. Loose puck is still free. It's taken for a moment by Forster. He has it poked away. Wow, the Flyers are just all over the Devils. Here's York with the wrister. Jesper Bratt gets a piece. It goes off the glass for Andre Palat. He says, I'm going to try to clear it. Sanheim knocked it down. Now it's worked free to center ice.
Oh, no, Cates just wouldn't be denied, Matty. Came out from behind the net. Jack couldn't stop him. But fortunately, Allen got his pad down. But Cates is standing in the crease, whacking. You're right. The Devils are not defending as well as they were.
Puck towards Siegenthaler at the near point. Jabs it toward the corner. Nason trying to get to it. Morgan Frost has it. Slides it to Konechny. Back to Frost in the neutral zone. Across into the Devils zone. Kovacevic pushes at him. Puck comes loose for Siegenthaler. Banks one to Meyer. Gets it back to the Devils' defense under some pressure from Matvei Michkov, who has the Flyers' goal.
Hey, good forecheck by him.
Couturier intercepts a pass. It's Michkov with it. He angles one cross ice. Sealer with the wrist shot. That's blocked by Meyer. The follow-up is knocked aside. Meyer with it. Backhands out to center ice.
Great example of, Matty, how hard it is to get the puck to the net with both teams. That was a good chance by the Flyers. Good block by Kovacevic. And really the good chance was taking the puck to the net. Maybe that's the idea.
Carter wrist one on goal. Save made by Ayerson. Rebound to the corner. Well, at the end of 2 periods of play, the Devils had 16 block shots. Or check that, 20, and the Flyers 16. So the teams have been doing that. 2.5 gone by in the third. Game tied at 1. Devils take on Ottawa tomorrow here at Prudential Center. 1 o'clock start time. Our coverage begins at 12:50 on the Devils Hockey Network. Hathaway across the line. Watched by Luke Hughes. To the corner he goes. Sends one on net, saved by Allen. Puck behind the net. Lixell steps out in front. Hands it off. Ristolainen's drive is tipped wide.
Oh, look at Dawson Mercer down low helping in front of the net. That's what you need, right, Matt? He's not just the 2 defenders, defenseman defending. You need a forward down there as well.
Now it's Zamula to Konechny. Down the left wing side. Try to get around Hamilton, but Hamilton picks his pocket. Now it's on to Bastian. Moves into the Flyers' end. He's checked by Tippett. Loose puck for Konechny, far side. He looks around. His pass off the stick of Lazar. Comes to Tatar. Cross-ice pass. Bastian's drive is deflected. It lays for a moment in front, but the Devils couldn't get to it. And now it's out to center ice.
Oh, nice try there by Lazar, but the defenseman for the Flyers, Zamula, stopped him.
Now it's Brett with a drive. He scores. Andre Palat feeds it to Brett, and Brett drives it home. That's his 16th of the season. More importantly, the Devils have 2. The Philadelphia Flyers 1.
Well, you nailed it, Matty. That's the most important part of this. You know, and Devils had their 4th line out. They set it up, right? They got some good chances, with Lazar, and they had a couple point shots, but then they changed up. So here comes the Devils' first line. And it's into the middle, and it's Jesper Bratt has it. He gives it, and then he gets it back. One-timer, Matty. Short side high. And, you know, Matt, I don't care what anybody says in today's game. Oh, they're saying it's offside.
They're challenging it for offside.
Flyers are.
Yeah.
But I was just going to say, a one-timer is such an advantage. And that's what Bratt used to score. Wouldn't this be something in this game where it's so hard to score anyway? But we'll see. They'll get it right, Matt. You know that. Here we go.
And many times they don't challenge unless they're right. Looked at one angle, hard to tell because a Flyer player was screening.
Well, they got to stop it. There it is, and it's looks like it's outside.
Yeah, Bratt ahead of the play. It was bouncing. The puck was at the blue line.
After review of the play, it was determined that the puck was offside, so we have no goal.
Like I said, these video coaches are incredible, and they generally get it right.
Oh, you're so true, Matt, because if they don't, what happens?
Goal and a penalty.
Yeah, so there's pressure on those guys, but that's too bad. Because finally the Devils found some magic. But in a game like this, it's not, it's a good foot offside, folks. And isn't it interesting, Matty? The linesmen are trying, but they'll miss some. In the old days when you didn't have replays, imagine how many goals were scored on me when it was offside.
Well, exactly.
Like at least 3 or 4.
That goals against would have been way down.
Oh, exactly. Wrong.
And so the Devils' apparent go-ahead goal is waved off for offside, and so we remain tied at 1. That was 3:44 gone by into this third period. Well, let's see whether the Devils get a little lift or deflated. Neither. Does it have any impact on this game? We'll find out.
Not the good news, but at least it was Jesper Bratt who was offside. Sometimes guy scores and it was somebody else, and if you scored the goal, you're thinking, why did you stay onside? But it was Jesper that put himself offside on the goal.
Things happen so quickly, like he couldn't hold up, right? It's a bouncing puck, but because it was bouncing and rolling,
it didn't travel as fast as he thought it was going to.
Exactly. Siegenthaler, deep in the Devils' end, under a little pressure, floats it out to center ice.
Well, I don't want to say anything, Matty, but this could be the 5th overtime the Devils go to, unless one team or the other gets a break.
Yeah, 4 straight for the Devils have gone overtime or shootout. So that means they've all gone overtime. One's extended beyond that. Nick Seeler at his own blue line. Jamie Drysdale banks one ahead. No icing as Kovacevic plays it off the wall. And now it's taken by Hallinan. Chips it up, but not out. Konechny keeps it alive. Like, there's an example, and not just because Brian Hallinan's playing just his 3rd game, and he wants to make an impression. That puck's got to get out. You got to realize what's happening.
Exactly, Matty, and he didn't. Now, he just went over and made a great stick play, get the puck out of the zone later, but you're right. I was watching on that play, and I thought, Brian, you can't just throw it up the boards hoping, right? You cannot hope on any of your passes when you're trying to break out of your end in a 1-1, 14-minute left game. Mm-hmm. You can't be the guy that turns it over now.
Pesci for Luke Hughes. Pass eludes him, and then Luke just blasts it in. Bastian along the right wing wall. Behind the net, Lazar battling with Sanheim. Now it comes free for Luke. Left wing wall, out high to Bastian. Risks one off the end wall. Not taken by Lazar. I thought he was, but it bounced over his stick. It comes to the right point. Pesci keeps it alive, but Sanheim now intercepts and moves it to the neutral zone. 13:20 to go. Luke Hughes waiting. Now up for Palat, gaining the zone as he's checked by Bobby Brink. Now Pratt battling down low. Palat comes over, checked by Zamula. Boy, that puck just won't come free. Finally it does. It comes to Hamilton. Gives it off to Jack. He's out high looking for a lane. Forster stays with him. Blocks his shot. Jack gets it back. Moves down the left wing side. Goes cross ice for Hamilton. He was tied up by Brink. Now Jack's pass goes off a stick off the glass. Hamilton drives it. Or check that, Dillon drives it back toward Jack. Palat comes over to help, but Cates will clear. 15 shots for Philly, 8 for the Devils, 12.5 to go, 1-1 out score.
How often do you think we would say, Devils 8 shots in the 3rd period, but they're really playing pretty well? That doesn't happen, but it does today, right? I mean, they haven't played poorly.
No. Just they've not been able to handle some Philadelphia pressure as the Flyers cause a turnover again, but can't get a shot on goal. Here's Nason at center ice. And now offside called on the Devils with 12:06 to go in the 3rd.
And when they did score a goal, it was offside. So we expected, by the time this game was half over, we expected it to be tight checking, and one team wasn't going to blow the other one out 4-1. So the Devils seemed to get the edge, but then it was deemed offside, so it never happened. So right now we're still tied 1-1, 12:06 to go here in the 3rd period. You are listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast, brought to you by Ramapo College.
IBEW Local 102 has provided highly skilled electricians to projects in New Jersey and Pennsylvania since 1900. Building relationships with their business partners to help grow your business is their top priority. They are the first union member of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and a proud partner of Choose New Jersey. They have over 300 licensed contractors and mandatory OSHA safety training. Local 102, lighting the path, leading the way. Visit IBEW102.org.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just add your own personal touch for a winning recipe.
When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
This is Johnny Kovacevic. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
12:06 to go in the third. Tightly contested game. We're tied at 1, Devils and Flyers. First meeting of the season between these two teams. Devils begin play in second in the Metropolitan Division, just 1 point ahead of Carolina. Philadelphia trying to climb up the ranks. They're outside looking in, but they've narrowed the deficit in the race for a wild card spot. Dougie Hamilton with the Devils' goal. Matvei Michkov for Philadelphia's Cotter's drive from between the circles is deflected wide.
Nice pass by Hallinan, too, Matty, for the one-timer.
Now here's Hallinan fanning on a pass from Mercer. A little drive by Luke Hughes. He didn't get it all. It was stopped by Ersan. Brian Hallinan's first game this season in the National Hockey League, 3rd overall.
Well, I mean, that was noticeable. You know, the pass, he put it on Cotter's stick, who missed it, but, you know, you got to do something where when they're watching the tape, they said, hey, that's a nice play by so-and-so or that player. When you get called up, I mean.
Colton White has rejoined the Devils as well. He's a healthy scratch today as the puck goes out of play.
You know who else rejoined the Rock? It's funny. Met this big guy. I apologize, I don't know his name, and his wife. They're here from Newfoundland. They said they know Dawson Mercer's dad. And you know what he used? I never heard the thing. He said, yeah, we're from the Rock. We came to the Rock. That's what the Rock is what they call Newfoundland. And you see the Prudential Center is also called Rock. But so let's hope Dawson can thrill those two and score the winning goal.
Loose puck, Flyers grab it. Michkov with a shot deflected away. Boy, we haven't mentioned his name much, but when he has the puck, you can tell he's got it. He's got whatever it is, he's got it.
Very good, Manny. That's exactly right.
Take away from Ristolainen by Bastian. Devils gain the zone. Neat in the corner to the blue line for Dillon. Looks around, fires it cross ice. Hamilton in deep, flips one from the corner. It's taken by Ersan. He holds on.
Well, I must say, Matty, the fourth line for the Devils have played well. They got a nice shift there again. I don't know. We talked about it in the pregame show. I'm sure they're noticing what the talk is in blogs and things around them, that Devils' third and fourth line, especially the fourth, has got to start producing more offense. And today they've had a terrific game. They got the one goal the Devils have. They were on for it. But you know what I mean? It seems like they're much more intent today. And you have to be, or else, you know this business, result-orientated. They're going to make changes.
Yep. Luke Hughes with it, down low for Brad. Goes off his skate, covered up by Ersan at the top of the crease. That shot by Dougie Hamilton, just the 10th, but it put the Devils into double figures finally.
You know, that was weird when you looked up and they were at 9. And it wouldn't be if it was the first period, but we're already halfway through the third. And this game is winding down. And the way the teams are playing, folks, I will not say the next goal wins. That'll be the deciding factor, but as hard as it is, not just to score goals, but get scoring chances, high-quality scoring chances, it could be.
It might be, you're right. Bratt with it for Plot. Plot gets it in front, and the puck hops over the stick of Jack Hughes. He had a little bit of a step on Noah Cates. Luke Hughes at the left point. Down low it goes. Jack knocked off the puck by York. And it was stopped then by Ersan off to Forster. Backhands to the blue line. Flyers would be offside. And so the Devils control. Flyers make a change. Devils 2 with 9:35 to go.
Well, that puck bounced over Jack's stick. But, Matty, when you're doing a saucer pass, if you don't time it right, it will bounce.
Here's Nico Hischier, the Devils captain, playing his 500th game. Looks around, wrist shot, and it deflects wide. Hischier gets it back. Finds a man out high. Kovacevic, toe drag shot, blocked in front. How many bodies were in front? Everyone, I think, except Kovacevic.
Yes, you're right. I know all 5 skaters for the Flyers were there. And,
oh, my.
And, and that's why it's hard. And Nico's slicing across. Remember I talked about players are aware you want to go east-west, right to left, left to right. So he goes from right to left, man. He waits. He gets from the far circle on the right all the way over inside the left circle, and he shot it. And yeah, there was a little hole. Not that he could see it because he's spinning as he's shooting, but it hit somebody in front and didn't go in. But that's the puck luck we're talking about. And you just need it.
We'll have another face-off to the right of Samuel Ersan. Erson's won 3 straight. Jake Allen's lost 5 in a row.
Yeah, you see, and well, what's the goal production for him? Last game 0, today 1. Can't blame him.
Spoken by a charter member of the Goalies Union, but you're right. Siegenthaler off the draw for Kovacevic. A wrist shot that deflects wide. Getting a piece was Tippett. Devils keep it in the zone. Here's Kovacevic again with a wrist shot. It's knocked down and sent to the bottom of the near circle. Siegenthaler there. 8:50 to go in the third. Game tied at 1. Meyer winds it around to Kovacevic. Moves along the blue line. Finds Siegenthaler near side. His wrist shot deflects wide. Well, at least the Devils are firing the puck. Siegenthaler again with the drive, and that's blocked. Oh, man. That caught Drysdale. He's slow to get up. Boy, he's really shaken up. Nason in the trapezoid. Moves to the right wing corner. Backhands to Kovacevic. Pushes it on that save. Rebound is loose. It's still loose. Devils can't get to it. Frost got to it for a moment. Now the Devils recover. Here's Meyer for Heischer in the corner. On to Nason. Out high to Kovacevic with a wrist shot that goes wide. Bounces off the back of the net. Loose at the side of the goal. Heischer has it. Banks one out high to Kovacevic. Off the bench is Jack Hughes. He goes off his stick. Siegenthaler with it. Doesn't fire it on net. Moves it back out to the blue line. Kovacevic now for Meyer. Meyer gives it to Jack. Protects, sweeps it toward Meyer. Wasn't expecting it. Tippett pokes it ahead. He's in all alone. Tippett moves in. Backhand save. But a penalty coming up.
Wow. Isn't it interesting, Matt? All 5 Flyers, if you would have looked at their gas tank, it was on E. It was on total empty. But then Jack turns it over, and Tippett gets the puck. Somehow the reserve tank came on, and he blows through the neutral zone. Slashing. Siegenthaler doesn't like it, and I got to see it. Tippett's breaking right down the middle, but you know what? We're going to go to a timeout, and then we'll tell you about it. And a big, big penalty kill for the Devils coming up. Huge. 7:43 to go here in the third. 1-1's the score. You're listening to the New Jersey Devils Hockey Broadcast, brought to you by Ramapo College.
Take a free shot at winning $10,000 with the Golden Goal Sweepstakes, brought to you by PlayStar, the official online casino of the New Jersey Devils. Join PlayStar today and you'll enjoy a deposit bonus of up to $500, along with up to 500 free spins. Find more ways to play like a champion with hundreds of the hottest games, including blackjack, roulette, and the best slots in New Jersey. Download the app or search playstar.com and be the star. Terms and conditions apply. You must be 21 or older and within the state of New Jersey to play. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Premio Sausage presents life's biggest questions.
Mark, you just led your team to victory today. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, what kind of sausage are they grilling out there? I can practically taste it from here.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Well, Diana, by the smell of things, there's no doubt they're cooking Premio Italian sausage. Premio is made with butcher-quality cuts of meat, authentic Italian spices, and nothing else. Just add your own personal touch for a winning recipe.
When sausage is the question, Premio is the answer. Premio, the way sausage should be.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
This is Nico Hischier. You're listening to Matt and Chico on the Devils Hockey Network, presented by Ramapo College.
The slashing penalty on Siegenthaler came on a little two-hander across the knee, which wasn't the real slash. That's when the hand went up. Then he got Tippett on the hands.
When Tippett tried to finish it off, putting it into the net.
Yeah.
And that was the one that denied Tippett the opportunity to get it into the net. Not the first one, like you said, but that one looked vicious, the first one. And now Siegenthaler's in the... Sorry, man. He's hit his own man.
Yeah, and so the puck stays in the zone. Devils down a man here. Trying to gain control to get it out. They play it in front, though, off a turnover, and the Flyers score, and it's Bobby Brink. The power play goal, and it's 2-1.
Oh, boy. It's a turnover, and Cates is out there, that line.
And it was pressure by Philadelphia. Yeah, it was a bad break for the Devils on that clear by Nico Hischier, the clear attempt.
Yeah. See, you're right, Matty. The puck's down the ice. And then it's dangling around, and it ricochets off the skate of Dillon. Now, you could say, watch here, Matty. Oh, it's poked by two Flyers, one on either side. Cates hits it at first, and then it comes back to him. And Bobby Brink, right-handed shot. Now, you can't forget this, folks, if you're looking at the net. It's a right-handed shot. The puck's coming from behind the left side of the net. Where would you want the puck? Yeah, out on his forehand, which is where the open side of the net is. That's where he put it.
And so the power play goal. And the Philadelphia Flyers have scored the last two goals. They lead 2-1.
And they were 4 for 15, Matty, in their last 4 games. And now they're one more better than that. But it's just a bad break. But Flyers, two of them chopping away at Dillon at the same time.
Yeah, they put pressure on, there's no question, as Ersan covers up, not just there, but everywhere.
Exactly, and Matty, I know I'm more because I played, and I see little bounces here and there, but I don't know who it was, it's Dillon or Kovacevic. He has the puck, and he's behind the goal line, and he's going to rip it down the ice, right? It's a clear. It's a clear. But he hits Nico Hischier with it, and the puck stays in, and then 10 seconds later, the puck's in the net. But you talk about a bad break, wasn't it, or not?
It was a bad break, yes.
Okay, I thought so.
But then there was nobody in front covering Bobby Brink, was there?
I know.
So there was a breakdown there. At any rate, that's done. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm going to look for Jack Hughes these last 6 minutes to really pick it up. He's the one who gave the puck away, set up the penalty. He knows it.
As Philadelphia ices the puck. 5:57 to go.
But you know what we're going to see now? We're going to see, 4 or 5 Flyers defending, right? Like you were saying before. All of them were back by the crease, and that's what the Devils are going to have to try to maneuver through. The collapsing defense by the Flyers. But that doesn't mean don't shoot the puck, Matty. Don't think the only shot we can take is for a layup. Don't think that.
Nope. Here's Luke Hughes off the draw for Brett Pesce. He'll try to tee one up. Wrist shot. That's off a stick and wide. Nason redirected in front. Now it's Luke. Fakes the shot, creates some space, hands it off. Myers' drive is deflected wide.
That would have been nice. Ooh, that one hurt.
So now Bobby Brink, whose 6th goal of the season, gave Philadelphia the lead, tried to clear. Devils block it away, so now it's Meyer. To the blue line. Luke with the drive. That's off of Ristolainen to the corner. 5:20 to go in the third. Loose puck for Meyer. Rips one on net. Save made by Ersan, and the Flyers clear. 5:10 to go in the third. Devils make a change. Cotter has it at the blue line. Banks one for Dawson. Mercer can't get it in the zone. It was blocked by Sanheim and now taken by Tippett. Devils back in action tomorrow against Ottawa. Their game against Boston will get underway in just a moment in the Canadian capital. The out-of-town scoreboard presented by Premio Sausage. Real Italian sausage, real Italian taste, the way sausage should be. Frost got hit up high. He was looking for a high sticking penalty. None was called. Loose puck. Flyers can't clear. Mercer settles, drives one wide.
Oh, I hate to hear you say wide, Matty.
Oh, now it's ahead. Here comes connecting, and good work by Dougie Hamilton.
That is a slash. You connect these Matty. He slashes Dougie Hamilton. Come on, right? I mean, Dougie, great defensive play. Konechny thought he was in all alone, and then when he got checked, he was mad. He slashed Hamilton. That should have been a penalty.
None called as Farabee plays it to the blue line. Long-range shot kicked aside by Jake Allen. 4 minutes to go in the third. Devils are going to have to dig down and come up with an effort here. Flyers not making it easy all day long. Devils scored early, 2:17 of the first. Dougie Hamilton gave them a 1-0 lead, but not much since.
Nope. That one goal, beauty, that was called back on the offside.
Yeah, exactly. That was Bratt's goal earlier in this period that looked like it gave the Devils the 2-1 lead. 3.5 to go. Palat inside his own blue line. Through the center circle. Gets around a man. Goes cross ice for Jack. Settles off the far wall. Gives it to his brother. Challenged by Cates. Luke drops it off for Dougie. Wrists one down low for a redirect try that goes off the stick of Brett. Then fanning on it was Luke, and the puck comes out to center ice. Jesper barrels across the line. Offside is called.
Luke was caught down. He's trying to get out. But it's funny, Matty. It's been offsides. That one there, and then the one earlier in this period where the Devils scored, but they went to replay. It was offside that have kind of hurt them. But there's 3:07 to go here in the third. Still lots of time to tie this up. So let's be hopeful, right, Devils fans? And you are listening to the New Jersey Devils hockey broadcast brought to you by Ramapo College.
The Devils are back on the ice, and this season you can be in the stands to experience it all live. Shop a wide variety of seats for every match from Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of the Devils and the NHL, and make sure you don't miss a single moment. And rest assured, if your plans change, Ticketmaster has you covered. You can securely sell your seats to other fans with just a few taps. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Operating engineers are the men and women that move mountains. And the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, ELEC, puts them to work. They create opportunities for the men, women, and union signatory contractors of Local 825, repaving our roads, keeping our homes bright and warm, and even building our favorite team stadium. We understand infrastructure. That's why ELEC and Local 825 are ready to get to work.
You know, whenever I drive in for a Devils game, I know exactly where I'm going to park because I reserve my spot ahead of time with Park Mobile. I don't have time to drive around looking for parking. I just use the Park Mobile app to easily reserve the spot I want. Then I drive right to that lot and there's a guaranteed spot waiting for me. It's easy. You can make a parking reservation right in the Park Mobile app or on the parkmobile.io website. Search for Prudential Center, select your game, and reserve your spot. So the next time you're going to watch the Devils at Prudential Center, book your spot before you leave the house with Park Mobile, a smarter way to park.
This is Brett Pesci. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network presented by Ramapo College.
Black and red memberships for next season are now available. Get on board with a deposit today to access amazing benefits, including the best available pricing, access to exclusive events, and a myriad of ticket flexibility options. Visit NewJerseyDevils.com/black and red to learn more. 3:05 now to go in the third. Face off at center ice. Luke Hughes dumps it in. Palat runs over Sanheim. Loose puck for Cutter, and he snaps one wide. He was under some pressure, didn't get it all. Flyers lead 2-1. Hathaway with it in the neutral zone. Across the line, backhands in. A bouncer on goal that Allen has to play away as it dropped towards Scott Lawton. So now the Devils.
Breakouts, Matty. Plays through the neutral zone, so important now. Whoop.
Oh, Pesci just fell down, lost an edge. Devils get the puck back, though. Well, that breakout didn't go well.
No, now it's about 30 seconds they spent just going for the breakout. Devils want to be crisper.
And we're down to 2:15 to go. Jack Hughes for Nico Hischier takes it across the line, surrounded, loose puck to the net, or to the bench rather, goes Jake Allen as the puck gets played into the Flyers bench. And so net empty to our right, 2:06 to go, face off in Philadelphia's end.
Well, Matty, we know the scenario, don't we? Okay, Nico Hischier, he's got to win the draw. And we got Dougie Hamilton. Let's see, Jack on the, basically kind of like a power play. Nason's out there. Where's Bratt? Oh, yeah, Bratt. Yeah, Bratt's out there. So you got the power play plus Timo Meier. for the Devils.
Cates and Heischer on the face-off. To the right of Samuel Ayerson. And we'll do it again.
And Nico doesn't like it. Why?
Well, it was a late whistle. Puck had been dropped. It was loose in the circle.
Yeah, it was between both players. It was up for grabs. And Nico, and then they're throwing Nico out. They said he did something illegal. I didn't see that.
So Jack Hughes will come in. He wins it. Pratt goes cross-ice to Hamilton. Back to Jesper. Head and shoulder fake. He's in deep. Centers. Here's Heischer to Hamilton to drive, and it's off the glove of Ayerson, and it went to the corner. Hamilton. Now for Pratt. Devils looking for the equalizer. Wrist shot saved by Ayerson. Rebound taken by Nason as it went toward the corner. 1:44 to go in the third. Nason with it. Backhands behind the net for Heischer. Works it to Jack, right wing side. Wrist shot off the stick of Meyer. It's loose. Taken by Forster. He'll bank one clear.
Some great chances here by the Devils, folks. Oh, my. They get a bounce. This game would be tied, but they haven't.
Jack Hughes at the red line. Plays it to the far corner. It'll be taken by Sealer. Gives it to Ristolainen. Works it off the glass and down. And icing will be called with 1:13 remaining.
Now, Matt, you've seen it. You're sitting here watching. Devils need a deflection to go the opposite way. It'll hit and go left. It should have gone right. Nice shot. Oh, and it's tipped by Hamilton. Shoots it. Who tips this, Matty?
Might have been Nason. Or did it go off the hip?
Yeah. But he pulls it back from right to left. If you're looking at the net, the middle of the net, it's heading there. Oh, did it hit the goalie?
It did.
That baby was, and I mean, it hit the goalie about as high as it could because he's going down. Here's Son's looking for the screen. He can't see it. I didn't even know it hit him in the head. But anyway, again, there was room up top, but the puck said, I'm not going to cooperate with you, Devils, today, or at least in that play. Let's hope they will once they come back for this last minute and 13 seconds.
Timeout called by the Devils. It is run down. Devils 2-1-3 in their last 6, but only 14 goals scored in those 6 games. Today, just 1. That's been an issue, lighting the lamp. So Nico Heischer will take the face-off. Morgan Frost for Philadelphia. Heischer, Pratt, Nason, Meyer, Jack Hughes, and Dougie Hamilton out there. 1:13 to go. Face-off to the right of Ayerson. Puck is loose in the circle. It comes free. Hamilton fans on the wrist shot. It rolls to Meyer. He misses the open net. Then Pratt drives one wide. And the Flyers look to clear. They cannot. It's taken by Nason. Overskates the puck in the final minute. Konechny lifts it in the air to the neutral zone. Oh, chances, but no goal. Devils play it in. Wound around. Heischer blocks it to Hamilton. Goes cross-ice to Pratt with 44 to go. Pratt banks one to Jack. Jack looks around. Gives it back to Pratt. Goes cross-ice. It's off the stick of Heischer. Jack will pick it up near side. Devils will set up with 33 to go. Now it's Pratt. One-timer, and that's deflected off the glass. Hamilton after it. Keeps it alive. Now it comes to Ristolainen. He'll clear. This will be icing. Devils hustle after it, trying to save some seconds, and we've got 20.1 to go.
And there's lots of time. But Matty, as you were describing, he said, he misses a partially open net. Actually, it was an open net. We've talked so often, Matty, about the accuracy. And I know the guys are trying, but if the shots were a little more accuracy, this game would be tied.
Heischer again on the face-off, 20.1 to go. Noah Cates taking the draw for Philadelphia. Devils trail 2-1. They win the draw. Meyer to Jack, to Hamilton, a drive, and it hits someone in front. It went wide. Jack gets it back with 12. A wrist shot, that's blocked. It's cleared up off of Konechny and out of play. A break for the Devils.
It is.
8.3 to go.
And if you win the draw, don't panic. There's enough time if you win the draw cleanly that you can still set up a play. It's not like 3 seconds left. And, oh, boy, Matty. Devils, a nice shot by Hamilton again. I don't know, it hit the goalie, it hit somebody in front. But What a war this has been this afternoon.
Heischer again with the face-off against Cates. 8.3 to go. Players moving, trying to gain position. Linesman Ryan Jackson backs them off. Puck loose in the circle. Devils try to dig it out. They can't. It's poked free by the Flyers. Time winding down. Empty net goal by Konechny, and that'll finish things off.
Oh, that's a tough one. Jack had the puck, but he knew he had to do something. They got to look at that. I don't know if that thing went in. I guess so, but I thought it went post. It doesn't matter, but Jack's trying to do something because he knows I can't just do nothing. Oh, must hit the back. But right here, Matty. So he's got it. He tries to take it, but who's that guy who got buried?
Forster.
Forster gets his stick in there, so Jack couldn't do what he wanted. What a play by Forster. I mean, he's going to get an assist. But Konechny gets the empty net goal, and I like him a lot, but he should have got a penalty earlier in that third when he got snookered on a breakaway by Hamilton, and then he turned around and slashed Hamilton. But the Devils leaving, Matty, and you don't even have to look at them. You just know how they're feeling on the inside. And you feel for Jake Allen, too. Another terrific performance, but he's going to get the loss. Devils only scored 2 goals. One goal in regulation. And so the scoring challenges, should we say, continue, don't they?
They do. And the frustration continues to build, unlike the previous 4 where the Devils at least were able to get a point out of them, right?
Yeah,
You send it to extra time, you'll get at least the 1, but the Devils not able to get anything today as they fall by a score of 3-1 to the Philadelphia Flyers, who I think the final total, it might be changed. We'll give it to you on the post-game show, but they were up to 31 blocked shots at one point late in the period.
Well, I don't know, Matty. A lot of tough grinding out there. But here's what we do know. In the National Hockey League this year, if the shots don't change, the fewest combined shots in a game, 33. And that was Washington and Boston. Well, today, both teams only combined for 32, so that would be the lowest. But that's immaterial, right? Because, the game's changed. You can't go by shots. It's scoring chances, open nets. Did you miss? Did you score? You get a great chance like Brink. You're hoping that somehow Allen could stop him, but the puck went to his right, and he's a right-handed shot. And, the puck's coming out of the left, so that's where Jake is trying to come across, and he buries it. And then Jesper Bratt, Matty, would have had the go-ahead goal. Mm-hmm. And, what's really interesting, folks, and you got to call it that way, but the offside had nothing to do with the play. It was only a foot. It was immaterial. But you still got to call it. But it's a great play, and the Devils would have went up 2-1, but it was nullified by an offside. So everything that, I don't want to say everything that could go wrong, but a lot that, I'd just say a lot is going wrong for the Devils right now.
Yeah, and confidence is affected. You don't play with any ease or clean. You're fighting everything.
And feeling like you're going to score.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's a feel to this game that players need when they get the puck. And they all say it. I'm feeling confident. And Matty and I talk. I don't know how many shots the Devils had in good scoring positions that missed the net. I don't know. But there were a couple that looked like this should be a goal, but the puck sailed wide.
And the Devils lose by a score of 3-1 to the Flyers, who are now 4-0-1 in their last 5. The Devils 2-2-3 in their last 7. And they get ready for Ottawa here tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock start at The Rock, a game we'll have for you on the Devils Hockey Network. The Devils have announced that applications are open for the Jersey Shops program presented by Citizens. 4 winners will receive a video feature as well as a $5,000 prize. Up to 50 additional businesses will be selected to receive a dedicated listing on the Jersey Shops official webpage and a Jersey Shops kit. Businesses can learn more and apply by visiting NewJerseyDevils.com/Jersey Shops. Post-game show follows. We'll hear from Sheldon Keefe. We'll have reaction from the Devils locker room as the Devils fall 3-1 here at Prudential Center. Philly coming away with the 2 points. You're listening to the Devils Hockey Network presented by Ramapo College. Do-over. Remember yelling do-over as a kid? Well, you still can. Plumbers, don't stay at that.
Obviously, we knew we were something on the cusp of doing something that hadn't been done in 54 years. The magnitude of it was palpable. I mean, the energy, just everything just seemed to be so electrified. You try to keep yourself in the moment. You try to stay with your routine. Obviously, there's a much more at stake. And then, we found ourselves much like we did in 87, up 3-1 in the series, losing to fifth game where it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that the New York Rangers were finally going to win a Stanley Cup after 54 years, only to find ourselves the party atmosphere got a little bit delayed and then had to go back to Vancouver, which again, we got trounced in Vancouver, just like we did in 87. And now we're coming home for Game 7. And the same thing happened. It just, we felt good about our chances. We felt we were a better team than Vancouver. We felt that we should have wrapped up the series earlier against Vancouver, but that's the greatest thing about sports. You can think all you want, but the reality is they got a heartbeat over there too. They got pride over there too. They're there for a reason because they're a great team. And here we are in Game 7 and happen to go out and execute a great game plan to beat a very hungry, very young, very physical, hard team to play against in Vancouver. And luckily for us, we had a lot of experience. We had a dynamic, incredible amount of talent with Brian Leach and Sergei Zubov, Alex Kovalev, Adam Graves, and Mike Richter and net, and then sprinkled in with some veterans, some hardened veterans with McTavish and Tikkanen and Steve Larmer and Noonan and Mateau and Jeff Bukaboom and Jay Wells and all the amazing players that banded together that year to create maybe not the most skilled team that's ever won a Stanley Cup, but if you look up the word team, they could put the 1994 Ranger team right there, and that year, that team epitomizes what a team is all about.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM 86, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Saturday, January the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. 12:30 p.m., New Jersey Devils take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Devils on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 936, Flyers on Internet 940. 3 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Boston Bruins. Senators on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 939, Bruins on Internet 921. 4 p.m., Colorado Avalanche take on the Dallas Stars. Avalanche on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 926, Stars on Internet 928. 6 p.m., Florida Panthers face the Anaheim Ducks. Panthers on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 931, Ducks on Internet 920. 7 p.m., Winnipeg Jets face the Calgary Flames. Jets on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 951, Flames on Internet 923. 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Rangers on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 938, Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Tampa Bay Lightning face the Detroit Red Wings. Lightning on Sirius 161, XM 220, and Internet 945, Red Wings on Internet 929. 7 p.m., Washington Capitals face the Pittsburgh Penguins. Capitals on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 950, Penguins on Internet 941. 7 p.m., Montreal Canadiens face the Toronto Maple Leafs. Canadiens on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 934, Leafs on Internet 946. 7:30 p.m., New York Islanders take on the San Jose Sharks. Islanders on XM 223, Internet 937, Sharks on Internet 942. 8 p.m., Nashville Predators face the Minnesota Wild. Preds on XM 202, Internet 935, Wild on Internet 933. 8 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Blackhawks on XM 201, Internet 925, Knights on Internet 949. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club takes on the St. Louis Blues. Utah on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 947. Blues on Internet 944. 10 p.m. Vancouver Canucks take on the Edmonton Oilers. Canucks on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 948. Oilers on Internet 930.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. Sirius XM, Channel 89.
Six-time Stanley Cup champion and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier stopped by SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin to discuss what Game 7 means to him and what it's like to also lose a Game 7.
Well, when you think about the two greatest words in sports, you think about Game 7 for many reasons. Obviously, to get to a Game 7, both teams obviously very evenly matched from the literal sense, the Game 7. You don't have to be a sport fan to understand that something's big at stake and that you will go watch it even if you don't know the teams, you don't know the players, you know the backdrop, because it's the greatest form of reality TV in the world, because there is going to be a winner and a loser. A lot at stake, obviously. But for me personally, it's a lifetime journey to acquire the skill set that's required to be able to perform when the stakes are the highest, under the most scrutinized pressure, when you're expected to perform. And you think about a Game 7 moment or Game 7, that's when you have to perform. It's a winner or go home situation. And what are the skill sets that are required to do that? Obviously, we've practiced our game and honed our skill set for years and years and years, tens of thousands of hours of honing our skills. But emotionally, mentally, what prepares you to play in those moments and perform when you're expected to? That, I think, is what really defines a Game 7 moment for the players that have excelled in Game 7 moments. And what are those life lessons that we can teach our young boys and girls, and the skill sets required to do that? The breathing, it's being able to slow your heart down and your blood pressure goes up and your decision-making is rash and concentration varies because of all of it. What allows you to kind of really slow down and use your God-given talent, and then obviously the repetitions through your whole life that you know you can do it. You just got to be able to do it when it matters most. It's like hitting a home run, and like Aaron Boone did, or doing something special at the right moments. And I think the educational part of the docuseries is really fascinating to me there, to help our young boys and girls who will be faced with big decisions in their life. And you don't have to be a sport fan to have a Game 7 moment in life. Everybody's faced with decisions that are going to alter the trajectory of their lives in one way or another there. And we're trying to figure out what those skill sets are.
What does it feel like to lose a Game 7?
Fortunately for me, I never experienced what the Oilers did last year, going all the way to the end in a championship game and losing in a Game 7. Anytime you get to a Game 7, it's a hard journey to get there. Two teams, evenly matched. It's been a war. It's been a tug of war. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's tired. And then to lose that is devastating. I think about my own experience in Game 7, winning 7 of them. The two still hurt to this day. What could I have done different? You always say that you got to lose in order to understand how to win. I